Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to Dice Legends. My name is Vahid. I am the DM for the show for Dice Legends. It's great to have you with us. Dice Legends is a Dungeons & Dragons live stream. We stream from this little old studio here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. And our story takes place in a grand walled city called Aratai, where the forces of darkness, are they on the rise?
They are on the rise.
They
Very much
are
so.
oppressive. And we have 4 humble town guards who are desperately trying to do something about it.
Oh gosh.
Are we still town guards? That's my big question.
Kind of.
Are we still that?
We're still humble.
Yes.
We're just humble.
And we're always in town.
Yeah, humble
Just don't know.
towners. Humble
So
towners.
first of all, let's
But what's best? That's my question.
now let's let's talk about you for a second. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience? Tell us who you are, what you do, what you've been doing.
All right, well, hi, I'm Bast_50 on Twitch. I'm a content creator. I do a lot of different things, video games, Dungeons & Dragons as well, and just complete shenanigans all the time. And it's a pleasure to be here.
Yo.
Yeah.
Simply the best.
It's good to have you here.
Yeah, you the best.
Yeah. Simply the best. Bast and I have had a couple of chats over the past couple of months.
Yep.
It's always great to connect. And Bast does this fascinating connection of games, from word games to wrestling games
Yo.
I love word games.
to Elder Rings to D&D.
Yo.
And I am looking forward to you introducing your character. I've got a dramatic moment lined up.
Oh,
But
All right.
now let's introduce you to the rest of the cast. And because you weren't here last week, let's start with Truby.
Hi guys, I'm Truby. I'm back.
yeah!
Welcome back.
If you started watching our stream as of last episode, then this is new. Hi, I'm Truby. I'm usually part of the show, but I wasn't last weekend because I died.
Oh.
I didn't die, Sully did. Sully's a nice human fighter boy. That's all.
Talawalama, what's up? My name is Longi, Johnny Jr. Taulafo. I play Lona. He's the sorcerer who thought he was a wizard, but he's actually now a sorcerer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Secrets out.
Who runs towards trouble instead of away from it.
Hello, everybody. Oh, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone. My name is Raylene, and I play Ha-Kapella, who is a dwarf bard. And she loves food and chickens. Those are the 2 most important things in her life. Food and chickens.
Don't mess with the
Some people would
chickens.
argue that chicken is food.
That's why they go well together. Yeah. That's why she loves them. Yeah. Maybe just she loves one thing: food.
Great. And so we have a sponsor of today's show is our great friends BD&D.
Subway.
We love these guys. Anyone that lives here in Aotearoa, New Zealand that's into gaming, you gotta get to know these guys.
Please.
So please, check these guys out, bdndgames.co.nz. They have all the D&D books that you need and want. Check them out.
Yes. Oh my goodness. And they've even got like hella dice.
Oh, yeah.
Like 22 pages of dice.
Yeah.
And they've got like the classic made dice, and then you've got like the handmade ones, like the I don't know if they do cost. Like, yo, look, I got my chicken dice from there. It was pretty
Personalized.
Personalized.
Yep, and also if you've got a whole bunch of, just dull looking things that you want to bring to life with some excellent color and paints, then they exactly have that. You can turn a little dull lizard into this epic looking dragon with detail and everything, but you're going to need the paints to do that with. So hit them up about paints, people. Bring your creations to life.
Do you like collecting cards?
Yes.
Because they also have Magic the Gathering. They sell the boosters and all the different expansions you get, and also the single cards. So here's my recommendation: go beef up your commander deck and face me. You'll never win.
That's a challenge.
But if Magic's not your speed, they also have a whole array of board games, more than you can shake your booty at.
Shake your booty.
Shake that booty.
Hey, so anyway, thank you so much, BD&D, for sponsoring this episode. We love you guys, and we really encourage everyone in chat to go check them out because their prices are hot. And this weekend, I know this only applies if you're watching this live, but this weekend they got a sale on.
Yo.
Oh, snap. Well, you know where I'm going.
Okay,
Say.
So last thing before we get into it is to thank our subscribers, our followers, our Patreons.
Thank you.
Do you know what? The way that these shows work is through our subscribers. Is that true, Bast?
Yeah, of course. With the support of your subscribers, you always get to produce the content. You know, it's a free show technically. If you support with Patreon or Twitch or any subscription program or site that you guys use, then you get to continue doing this.
That's right. So we really, really appreciate
Appreciate it.
We so appreciate our followers, our subscribers. Thank you so much. And our Patreons as well.
Yes,
and having said that, it's time to roll
The titles!
Okay.
Mr. Elliot.
Are we ready, guys? Are we ready?
Are we? Go on.
I don't know if I'm ready.
First of all, there is a gap at the table.
Oh,
Monique, Nimrod is not here.
F's in the chat, please.
No,
No F's? Okay, no F's.
she's not gone.
She's not gone.
She's not gone.
I refuse to believe it.
So for anyone who's new to our channel, I'll just give you a small overview, and then Raylene's going to recap last episode. This takes place in the grand walled city of Aratai. There have been huge conspiracy involving a villain named Lord Mortine.
Boo.
Who has, in part, manipulated and taken advantage of our heroes, who unfortunately delivered to him the fabled sword of Aratai, a mythical weapon. He then disappeared after killing the queen and causing a horde of orcs to invade the heart of the city. How? No one knew. And then, just a day later, as if synchronized, there was an armada that came from the north, the nation of Ghoulm. So that is the broad setting that we find ourselves in. An embattled, almost besieged city. But we need to know specifically what happened last week.
I mean, that's pretty close. So.
Pretty much everything.
Okay,
God.
and so Raylene, hold on. Raylene's going to do the recap. You ready, Raylene? Wait, stop. We weren't ready. Toru, Rua, Tahi, go!
Okay, we open up at the Coliseum where Sully has just been given necrotic damage and he is dead. So we have, then Chester, an indigo guard who looks very guilty and walks with a limp, came over to us and helped us out. He helped us bring Sully and the orc that we were trying to kidnap. And we brought the orc back to the palace and we put him in the cell where Ha-Kapella did some charm person to interrogate his butt. And he revealed that the whole plan of the orcs being in the Coliseum was just a ruse. And then we had like what's a ruse? A ruse? And then, so we had the plan to go into the Coliseum and to go into the tunnels and to collapse the tunnels so that the orcs have no way in or out. But then, oh my gosh, there's an armada of ships and fleets going from the north, from Ghoulm, where Turan is from. That betrayer! So now, and Nimrod got taken away and kidnapped by the sexy thing. The sexy dust mist feminine figure that's been always like
Pursuing her.
come with the angel of doom, and we're like, no.
No thank you.
But
No,
she took
thank
it.
you.
Oh, and I forgot to say, she did that so that Sully can come back to life.
That's right.
Yeah.
She gave her life.
So can you please, wait,
What?
you saying
Yeah.
she gave herself up
Yeah.
to this misty, shadowy form?
In exchange for Sully's life. So now that's why
To bring
Sully,
Sully back to life.
Yeah.
and she locked him in the infirmary.
Entombed him, yes.
Yes, with candles and locks and
And a blanket.
And a blanket.
And then she disappeared.
And now she's gone.
And then she told us to go find him. I'm like, well, where did we find him?
And so,
Oh God.
we ready? Sully. Your eyes open. And you find yourself in this room, stone room. The candles have burnt down to the smallest puddles of wax with faint flickering things. There's a blanket over the top of you. Your armor, your spear, your shield are against the wall. It is cold in here.
Sully kind of struggles upwards. He kind of feels at the blanket against him. He smells it.
It smells faintly of Nimrod.
Yeah. And then he kind of puts that to the side. He gently puts his hands against the bed that he lays upon. He pushes himself up. And he looks around and he looks at the pools of wax. And I think he can maybe tell that the light's burning there, that was Tnemrot too. And the only thing he feels right now is cold. He kind of feels like this, like a vacuum at the moment. Do I have much memory of...
Thank you. Okay. You had left your body.
Yeah,
You had seen your body from above, and a feeling of peace had overcome you.
yeah,
A feeling of disassociation that everything was going to be okay.
yeah.
A tunnel of light had appeared before you, and you had moved towards that light. But there was a barrier. And then suddenly you were back in your body and you opened your eyes in this cold room. And just as you're thinking this, a folded piece of paper, as you'd get up, a folded piece of paper, which had been tucked in your clothes, falls onto your lap.
He sees the piece of paper. I think he's nervous about unfolding it and reading it because he's sure it's from Nimrod and he's scared that it's going to tell him what happened. I think he's really anxious about that. Would have been, I think the big thing about drifting off down a tunnel to the afterlife is, for the first time, I think Sully's mind was quiet. And he realizes how anxious he actually is. He's always had a loud mind, I think. And for the first time ever, he had silence in his head. And so he kind of gently picks up the piece of paper, he unfolds it, and then he reads it. Or
Yes.
looks at whatever.
He reads it, and it is in Nimrod's handwriting, which you have seen before. It's short,
Okay.
and it says, Sully, you are the reason we have made it so far. Your strength will get the others through. Look after my best friends. I love, but then you can't see what the next words are because something's been written, but then that's been scribbled out. And then it is signed, or it is signed at the bottom, Torment. Meanwhile, in a different part of the castle, thank you, Bass, for being so patient. Don't worry, your moment is coming soon. But we had a couple of scenes that we need to have happen before we meet your character. The camera pans, or cuts, to the advisory chamber of Queen Aletto. She's sitting there. It's just a small group. It's Queen Aletto, her son, Prince Atil, who is still bandaged, and Azamat. That is all. Azamat, the wizard who has advised the queen and trained our friend Lona. And Queen Aleto says, we don't know, they haven't given any demands yet. Prince Atil replies, the nation of Ghoulm are not our friends. They are here to besiege us. We must act quickly. Queen Aleto replies, yes, that is true, but we need to know more first. A team, some teams to gather information. Azamat said, but your indigo guards can't be trusted. She agrees. She nods her head and says, but we need some teams to try to infiltrate and try to find some information. What about those guards that have just reported back that the Orc Chamber's tunnels have been collapsed? They found the sword. They seem to have huge potential. Queen says, Atil, they have no training. They have stolen. They've caused public disturbances. The queen says, they also saved my life and yours, may I remind you. And he says, I don't doubt that. I just don't know if they're good enough. And she says, well, who would you recommend? And Prince Atil says, one of my shadow guards. One of my shadow guards is a halfling of incredible skill. I don't actually know his real name because everyone calls him Shield. And with that, the camera quickly pans and we see subtitle along the bottom of the screen. It says 36 hours earlier. And please, Bast, describe yourself to us, please.
Hi. Well, I play Shield, which is a halfling, Lightfoot, an older halfling Lightfoot, and he looks about 60 years old in human years. Looks like a regular halfling, really, but his strength is subtlety and his ability of appearing like nothing and being able to actually perform his duties as a guard. He is of the Shadow Guards. He's protecting the prince as his main role, right? And I believe he is an expert at using distractions or using other characters, other people as the distraction, since he's so small and so appears like nothing that he can just hide anywhere he wants. But he's in studded leather, running in, salty white hair, and he just runs in towards the prince to check on him.
Great. Okay, cool. Thanks, Bast. So now, that was great. That was perfect. So because you're the bodyguard of the prince, but in this scene, you're not actually with the prince. Okay, so in this scene, this took place 36 hours ago, when just after the queen had been stabbed and killed. We are in the Coliseum, where this tragedy had happened. Chaos is happening all over the place. You, Shield, because of your skills as a marksman and your perception, have been stationed at the top of the Coliseum, looking out beyond when all the screaming had happened. So you're nowhere near your prince that you're supposed to be protecting. Cool?
Yep.
And so we see the top of the Coliseum. We see you here. This is the very edge. Beyond that is a fall, a great fall. And there's a whole bunch of people who have been in there, and amongst them, running up towards you, is an orc with a huge, massive blade running straight towards this woman. You are the only person in sight. What you doing, buddy?
All right. I will. Is that my miniature in the back right
This
there?
is you right here, buddy.
Okay. I'm gonna roll forward with my, just move behind a woman and just kind of use her to hide myself and
Love it.
just kind of pop out on the side and shoot the oncoming orc with my crossbow.
Roll it.
All right. Well, that starts amazing. 8.
You just weren't prepared. Okay? You missed terribly.
Oh,
I just.
Your shot just goes arcing
just like-
through the sky.
Yeah, absolutely. I just shot the floor.
Yeah. You got your bonus action if you want it.
Yes, of course. I'll try a second time. All right. I rolled a 17, so with my hit, it's 23.
23 definitely hits. He has this cool ability. He's a crossbow expert. He can disregard loading problems.
Nice.
And with a hand crossbow, that means he can shoot, load. Okay, 17, it embeds in the orc. Roll damage, buddy.
All right. I rolled a 6, so plus 6, so 12, and my sneak attack. It's coming. I'll do that.
ooh.
So plus 9 with the sneak attack.
Oy.
You catch it in the throat, and
Oy.
it falls backward. Ka-thunk, 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 ka-thunk. Coming along the other side, carrying an already dead head,
What
Oh,
comes another orc who rushes at this person there and takes a swing. Gets a terrible roll, but 11 is still good enough to hit this
Ooh.
poor civilian.
No.
Ah!
With the head?
The guy is
Heads up.
dead.
Oh, yikes.
The orc then looks around and makes its way straight towards the woman in front of you, and people around flee. She's going to try to flee as well.
It's the orcs say heads or tails.
She's going to flee, which means the orc gets an opportunity attack. He hits her.
Oh, yikes. Brutal.
It is a brutal battle, and she falls.
Oi.
Barely a battle. It's just
Shield, you're in the middle
Yep.
of carnage. What you doing, buddy?
Okay, well, so everybody left around. Okay, so I guess it's just me and the orc. So I'll just kind of roll in between his legs and get behind and just try to shoot him with the crossbow once more.
Okay, hit me with an acrobatics roll first.
Yeah. I got an 8, so I think that's a plus acrobatics. I'm plus 6, I believe. So
14. Good enough.
Oy.
You roll beneath his legs. Can you still see that, Jason? Yep. Great. You got him at the back. Roll, make the
Yep.
shot.
all right, 7. I don't know if that's gonna. Does 13 hit?
13. We covered this last time. Their armor class is it 14 or 13? Sorry.
Anybody in the chat
It's
room?
13.
13.
Their armor class is 13. You hit.
Right then. All right. And I'll do my bonus action also to see if that hits.
Okay.
I rolled a 15, so 21.
Yep.
That
Right in the back.
All right.
Double tap.
2D.
Double tap.
I rolled a 5 and a 6, so that's 11 plus my modifiers, so that's 12, 23.
Oh my goodness. The orc falls in front of you.
I'll go quickly to the woman to see if she's okay or if she's.
She is badly wounded. She is not dead.
Wake up, child! And I'll try to bandage her a little bit. Quickly, get up! We need to go.
Okay, do you have a medicine roll?
I don't have medicine proficiency, but I'll try anyway.
Make it count.
Right. I rolled a 15.
No way.
Plus proficiency, I think.
Yeah.
So we're at 18.
So can you describe how any particular way you want to try to stop the bleeding?
Yeah, I'll just like try to grab like my clothing or the clothing of hers and just kind of wrap it around the sword slash and just try to bandage her as quickly as possible and try to get up if she can move, and she can't move. I'll use my halfling strength to get her on my shoulders and take off.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, well, you managed to stop the bleeding. As you're doing it, it takes, of course, more than a couple of seconds to do that, to take your cloak or whatever piece of clothing you want and wrap it around her, and you managed to successfully stop the bleeding. She is very weak. I mean, she needs medical attention urgently. You're at the top of the coliseum, and surveying around is just pandemonium. The Indigo Guards, who are considered like the creme de la creme, the top law enforcement in the city, seem to be just hacking into the civilians around you. It's just complete death and destruction.
Okay.
And so you're planning on doing what?
Yeah, so I'll look to the woman and like, well, let's look like the cream is turned. Let's leave. I'll try to kind of just like maybe find a way out of the Coliseum that like an exit out, or just somewhere, at least a way where I could maybe just hide her, and then or maybe to lead her to someone who can help.
Excellent.
Through the back corridors of the Coliseum or whatnot.
Excellent, thank you. And so we fast forward back to present day. And back in the Queen's chamber, a servant comes to the door opens the door and says, Queen, the people that you summoned to see you have arrived. Bring them in, she says. And so, you guys enter. Yeah, you two. So, Ha-Kapella, Lona, as well as this old halfling that Bass has just described to you, enters as well. Oh. And the Queen, upon seeing you, says, the soldier, the tall soldier, what was his name?
Sully.
Sully.
Sully?
Sully, yeah.
Sully, please. Someone get Sully as well.
Wait, is Sully all right?
Your Majesty, I think Sully passed away.
Wait, no. Nimrod did say something weird.
But that's what we're trying to track down, is that we're trying to find him. He's entombed somewhere.
Yes, we are aware there's been some knocking on the door, and we've found him. And so
what?
He's been resting, and so now let me just talk about some mechanics for a second for you, Sully.
Okay.
When someone has been at the gates of the next world and brought back, they are weakened.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh no, not a tank.
From a game's mechanic, you get a -4 on everything.
What?
And you heal one of those for every long rest.
Okay.
You've had one of those already.
Okay.
Okay? So
am I at -3?
3.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Very
But
good.
For the, I mean, I hope I hadn't fast forward too much to say that you have been found in this chamber. Is that?
Yeah. I think Sully will kind of be guided along by anyone who finds him. Like, I think his reactions are very muted right now. You know, like if a servant found him, it's just like, oh my God, you're alive. He's just like, yes, I am. And then we'll just kind of be like directed wherever he needs to go. Yeah.
Okay.
Upon hearing the news of Sully possibly being, walking around and alive, I think Ha-Kapella's first instinct is to want to try and find Sully immediately. Like, where is he? Can we go and see him now, please?
Yes.
All right, and then she looks around to see if anyone's gonna lead her where he is.
Lona's just kind of eyeing out the the other guy in the room he's never seen before. He's just a little bit suspicious of him. Do you know that guy?
Okay.
Is it fair to say that maybe Sully is actually kind of like just approaching the room that they're all in, and
Yes.
he just kind of appears
is
in
being brought. Yes,
a doorway?
that's right. Yeah. Okay. So, you three come in. Shield, Bast's character Shield, is also there. There's the Queen. There's Prince Atil. There's Azamat. And there is Donnie.
Oh.
For those of you that are joining our show for the first time, Donnie is Sully's brother. I'd like Ronnie, can Lona please make an insight check? Because you were kind of trying to figure out what you were looking at Shield.
12. That's my insight.
Plus insight.
2.
14. All right, that's good enough. So, so Shield. So, you've been in the presence of Prince Atil, of course, for years you've been his bodyguard, and so you've been, of course, in the presence of the Queen, but you've not met these people before. The room is one of her smaller planning chambers. Is there anything that you're particularly wanting to do? 36 hours has passed since you rescued the woman and escaped from the Coliseum.
Okay. He's scanning the room, looking a little bit annoyed. I think the Shield is annoyed that he was set so far away from the prince, as he always prefers to be really close quarters with him and close and ready to help and protect. So he's close to the prince right now, still, and he's kind of scanning the room a little bit, as he's not too sure about the new people he's meeting, but he's also kind of, just observing and listening and reading lips, seeing the interactions where the Sully comes in, and kind of wondering, like, what are we doing here? But at the same time, he's with the prince, so that's where he needs to be.
Okay, you take up station next to the prince. Can I hit you? Can you hit me with an insight roll, please, Bast?
Absolutely. Um, 13.
13, okay. So the others, I don't think you guys look like you're comfortable in this environment. They look like they're battle worn, both. So Raylene's character, Ha-Kapella, do you want to quickly describe what your character looks like?
Ha-Kapella, she is a short dwarf.
Dwarf.
I love
I like dwarves.
Dwarf. She's got messy, like slightly burnt brown orange hair that now she's kind of tried to put in plaits, but is very unsuccessful in. Sometimes she'll always have just a chicken feather anywhere on her. And she's got a Viking helmet that was made specially for her by her teammates, which she cherishes a lot. She's got, she holds her kalimba in her pouch, and she's got crooked teeth. There's a little gap in the middle of her teeth, and she's got a little bit of spots and freckles. And at this moment, Ha-Kapella is, as soon as she saw Sully, she sees the man that she's worked with for years and known the longest out of the team. So her first instinct is to actually run to Sully and give him a big hug and just almost kind of weep and say, "You're back. What happened?" And I'm just checking if he's all right. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Lona, can you describe Lona, please? For us?
Yeah, Lona, if you could think of, I guess, a more ruggedy version of Jason Momoa, then it'll be him. The poor cousin of Jason Momoa is Lona. Lona, very, very scruffy, couple of scars on his face. Each scar tells a story. But also, very on edge at the moment as well with the activities that have happened. He's Lona. We used to be more of a lone wolf kind of character, but then as part of this group. He's kind of learnt to trust in his brothers and sisters around him, and now he's worried about them more than anything. And so with the team not completely there, he feels a bit on edge again, seeing Sully in the state that Sully's in. He's like, okay. And so yeah, and then also seeing different people he hasn't seen before. Again, it's just kind of unnerving for him. It's like, oh, who are these people? But yeah, very worn out. He is a bit tired, but he's tending not to show that at the moment. He has markings on his skin, which he's just learning to be comfortable with as well. And yeah, he's just in that zone right now. So.
Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. That was very rude of me.
No, that's about it. Yeah.
And if you could describe yourself, please.
Sully is tall, kind of sinewy and strong, sun-kissed, but right now I think he looks pale and gaunt. The strength that he usually has in his body is sapped. He walks very slowly right now, and upon seeing Ha-Kapella come towards him, like he hasn't felt anything since he's woken up. Just cold air on his skin. But as soon as Ha-Kapella like impacts him and like almost bowls him over, he feels just like the tiny embers of warmth start to burn in his chest, but he can't feel anything more than that. He just feels he can't smile, he can't laugh, he can't even cry. But something familiar hits him as soon as he makes contact with Ha-Kapella, and he kind of just pats her on the back and like runs his hand through her hair. It's okay. I'm not sure what happened, but I'm back.
No, don't do that again.
I'm sorry.
No.
The queen stands up and says to Lona and Ha-Kapella, congratulations on the incredible success you had at collapsing the tunnels. We've captured all the remaining orcs, those that didn't die in the thing. There was your other companion, the tiefling woman.
Yeah, Nimrod. Sully, something bad's happened to Nimrod. I'm sorry. She's not dead as far as we know, but she's been taken by a strange, misty figure. You know, that figure that's been taunting her for a bit. She finally took its hand.
Sully remembers the blast that sent him hurtling into death, and the figure that did it, and he knows who Ha-Kapella's talking about.
Yeah.
And Sully just nods in understanding.
I'm so sorry, Sully.
Don't be sorry. I think Nimrod makes her own choices.
Queen says, I'm sorry to interrupt this moment for you, but we have urgent needs in front of our kingdom. We've gathered the 5 of you, Shield, Sully, Lona, Ha-Kapella, and Donnie, and only because of Azamat's suggestion that we brought Donnie along. Because we have a request. I have a request of you. On the northern peninsula of Aratai, the nation of Ghoulm has landed their armada and have completely taken over the entire northern peninsula of Aratai.
Oh, the Ha-Kapella's stomach drops as she remembers again that her family lives up in the north, and she's again praying to any gods out there listening that they're okay.
Our ferries, our own ships were able to get people out in time. We hope we got everyone out, but Ghoulm has taken over the entire northern peninsula. They have not met with us. We don't know what their intentions are. We need to know more information. You have shown incredible resourcefulness, and so we ask the 4 of you to help to be one of the teams to try to find out some more information about what we're facing. We need to know number of troops, why they've come, if there are any demands, who's leading them, where they're stationed, any information.
Your Majesty, I don't think we're in any state to be going anywhere, with all due respect. But we've lost a member of our family. Sully's barely walking on 2 feet. I just don't know if we have the strength to do so.
I'm ready.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, well.
Shield, what of you?
Queen, you're asking me to leave once again the prince's side, and it makes me uneasy. I want to help and I want to serve you, but the prince will not have my protection, and that worries me quite a bit. But if I must, I will accompany these town guards and get as much information as quickly as possible.
The prince puts his hand on your shoulder and says, Shield, the reason I've had you by my side all these years is because my complete trust in you. Your ability to move in and out of shadows is uncanny. We will need you this one time. I'm still healing. I'm safe here in the castle. We need you now.
Very well, very well. I'll do what I can.
And the queen turns to you and says, Lona, I understand your pain. We just don't have the luxury of time. You are going to have to be strong and put it aside for now.
I got your bags, Lona. Here, you look real great today, by the way. Actually, I'll save that for later on my bardic inspiration. But you look real great, and you got this.
Do you remember when you first met me, and I explained that the city is not a group of people and buildings and industry, but it is an interweaving of thousands of connections of reciprocity and support and love. That is ultimately what the city is. Yes? We have a situation where someone has, and I'll give you another example, a wall. A wall is strong as the bricks interlink with each other. So is our city. The more interconnected and interlinked we are, the stronger we are. The more we rely on each other, the stronger we are. But what has happened is Mortine has tried to undermine that very wall. He has struck at the heart of the confidence of our city by somehow, we don't know how, turning the people that the citizens trusted the most, the Indigo Guard, against them. And killing me. Here's what I ask of you. Today, I am going to be going around the city, meeting people, and reassuring them that I am alive and that our city is strong, and boosting morale. A war is won not only on swords and spears and bows, but also on the morale and courage of its people. That is my job. Your job today is to rest, and then tonight, to follow Shield's lead, to follow his lead over to the northern peninsula and find out as much information as you can. It is a black moon tonight. It is the best possible night for you to get across the strait and infiltrate and come back. It is not your job to engage, it's to find information and return. Are we clear?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Shield, you have the most
Your
experience
Majesty.
in these matters. Do you have any questions or comments?
He takes a glance at the party. I know Sully's a fighter. What kind of armor does he have?
Sully's decked out in plate mail, which he kind of is shifting. It's kind of wearing him at the moment. But he, I think just his bone structure alone is like just keeping it moving. But it's some pretty good plate armor.
Looted it from a
And shield and spear. You know, he's usually a pretty good fighter, but he's not right now.
I am a little concerned though that a big tin can over there might be a little bit difficult for us to infiltrate quietly and quickly. I don't know, Sudden, if you're willing to put that away, or maybe grab something more leathery.
He thinks back on all the times that he's like tripped over or like clanked against the wall, and he says, "I think you're right," and starts taking off some of the bits of armor.
Ha-Kapella helps. Just holding things. I'm like, I got you.
Yeah, he kind of has to tenderly remove things.
Yeah. And as Ha-Kapella is doing this, she kind of wants to like check on how Donnie is doing, because Donnie
Oh, I'm so glad you asked.
is a ticking time bomb
Thank
right
you.
now.
Bass, can you make a perception roll for me, please? Ha-Kapella, make
Yeah,
a perception roll for me,
Get
please.
advantage. 9, 4, 7, 10.
I
Thanks.
rolled 16.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey,
I'm
okay, I'll
too
start
big.
with Ha-Kapella. Ha-Kapella. So Donnie looks pretty much like the same, like you saw him last time.
Okay.
Okay. So the fifth person, Shield, the fifth person in this party, this guy who's been introduced to as Donnie, there's some kind of family resemblance to Sully. He's not as tall, but the bone structure and the facial structure are similar. But what you notice is that he's got just really bad tremors. He's shaking.
Okay.
And you see his ear, like a gap appears in his ear. You can see, like for a brief moment, like a sliver of nothingness passes through his ear, and then his ear is normal again. It's like his body almost like is coming apart or something. It's just this really weird thing. It was only for a brief moment.
Okay.
Yes. Azamat says, Donnie will be able to help. Shield, for your information, Donnie is an illusionist of great power. He will be able to help you infiltrate. The Queen then says, you have till this evening to rest, to get whatever supplies you need. My royal healer will see to you all to make sure that you are as fit as possible. I must now go. My quartermaster will give you any equipment that you require. You understand your task. Shield, do you understand your task?
Yes, my queen.
Okay, excellent. And then she encourages you to leave.
All right. Come on, Sully. And she helps Sully walk. She holds his hand. And just, come on, buddy.
As she kind of pulls at him, he like stops in his heel, and like he clenches the spear in his fist, and then he looks at Azamat, and he just says, and he presents the head of the spear, and he says, "What does this say?"
That's from the Western Kingdom. It looks old.
Yes.
I would have to get a book to translate it. I don't.
And he says, "That's good. We should have the time." And then he hands it over to Azamat.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to move through this day of rest. It means Sully gets another long rest.
Okay, good.
All of you get a long rest. All of you are fully equipped with everything you want.
Okay.
Shield, Bast, I should say, whatever equipment you want that you think you need, you've got it, as long as it's not magical. Cool?
All right.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay, everyone's got it. Now, everyone's healed. I just need to say there's just 2 short scenes that I want to do
Okay.
before we hit the evening.
Okay.
The first is with you, Sully.
Okay.
Oh, what is that?
While you're resting, Donnie comes and knocks on the door.
Oh.
Yeah. Sully opens the door. And it kind of just feels like he's at home, you know? Like, you know, Donnie's knocking on his bedroom door again. He doesn't want to do his chores or something. He's trying to convince me to do them. And Zoe opens the door.
Donnie comes in, closes the door behind you. He is shaking. I mean, you know that it's not good.
Yeah. You haven't been looking after yourself.
Oh, it's impossible. I can't.
Yeah.
I've tried. It's impossible. And he's just like, I mean, he won't meet your eyes. And he says, don't read this yet. Don't read this yet.
Okay.
Okay?
You...
Don't read it now. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day.
All right.
And he says, remember, this is my wish. This is my choice. No one else to blame. And then he closes, he hugs you quickly, a man hug with, a couple pats on the back, leaves the door and closes it.
Sully just drops to the ground. Yep. He gets back up. And then he goes back to tending to whatever armor he's about to put on. He's polishing everything up and getting everything ready. He puts the note away in his pocket. He doesn't read it. He honors whatever Donnie's asking him to do. Yeah. It's too much for him.
It's too much for him. Thank you. The only other scene I want to cover before we head into infiltration mode, but we change the mood completely, is when the healers are going around each of you. I think, Shield, you're all good, right?
Yep.
You're all good,
All
you're ready
good.
to go. Ha-Kapella,
Ready to go.
I think you're all good, you're all ready to go.
I'm good now.
Yeah, good. Lona,
Yes?
the healer, this is the queen's personal healer.
Yeah.
She comes to you and she looks at your wounds. She puts some ointment on them, just like she does to the other, wraps them up, and says a couple prayers to the goddess Medora, who's the same goddess that Nimrod has been following all her life. And she stops partway through and says, "There's something wrong with your head."
I've been trying to tell that to all my friends, but they won't believe me.
No, did you have like a head injury as a child?
I did, actually, I did. Well, how do you know that?
There's some kind of block in your memory or something, some kind of damage in your mind.
Are you sure I'm just not crazy?
No, I'm not sure of that at all. Okay. But
Is Ha-Kapella in the room?
yeah,
Oh boy, this will be good.
And then Lona's kind of apprehensive of like almost wanting to pull away from this lady because he's like, I think she's reading too much into him and he doesn't like her.
I don't have to do anything. Your wounds will be healed by this evening. But if you want, I can try to heal whatever wound has happened in your mind, if you want.
Maybe you'll get to find out if your Mortine baby.
Now Lorna really doesn't want that. And he doesn't know what to say because he's like, should I? No. Parts of him are saying, I'm perfect the way I am. What are you talking about? Will it hurt?
It won't hurt. It won't hurt. It'll feel a bit fuzzy for a little while, probably. And then, yeah.
Well, it's your choice, buddy, but...
Is it witchcraft?
It is not witchcraft. The goddess Medora, the goddess of life, channels through me. I've been able to see that you have an injury. that hasn't been found before. I am offering, you don't need to, you're going to live probably.
Probably.
Okay. I mean,
Probably.
an
Yeah, do
injury,
it.
an injury in the head. I mean, if it is a severe one, sometimes, of course, they are terminal.
Oh,
But it may just be some early bruising on your brain. I don't know. I'm offering, but I don't mean to distress you.
I'm not distressed. What are you talking about?
You look distressed.
No, I'm not. I'm not distressed.
It's okay to be frightened.
I'm not frightened at all. I'm not.
but what are you scared of?
I'm not
huh?
scared.
Are you scared of? You're
I'm
scared
not
of being
scared.
a
I'm
Mortine
not.
baby.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be an evil baby. I'm not an evil baby.
Hey, that's not. Don't say anything bad about evil babies. Nimrod's an evil baby. She's fine. I mean,
And then Lona takes a bit. It kind of chuckles a bit, but then.
hey, it's your choice, man.
Yeah? Okay, hold my hands. Hold my hands.
We're gonna get to know this. Mortine baby. I'm putting 20
Hold my
20 gold pieces on Mortine
She
baby.
starts quietly, she closes her eyes. She says, it would be respectful if you closed your eyes too. Thank you. And she starts prayer. And you feel some warmth come on you, and it covers your body and moves to your head, and you feel dizzy. After you sit down, you don't feel that much different, to be honest, but she says, it is done. Do you feel any different?
Did you see if you were a Mortine baby?
No, she's still here.
Well, I've done what I can. It must have been just some small thing. If it was in the memory part of your brain,
Yeah.
sometimes those connections take a while to reconnect and strengthen. So don't be surprised if you feel a little bit, what's the word?
Oriented.
Disoriented from time to time.
Lona almost kind of just brushes it off as just a bunch of hoopla. Like, it's like,
Mumbo jumbo.
mumbo jumbo.
Man, that was anticlimactic.
Wasting my
And
time.
she goes back to her bun that she's eating.
Okay, great, thank you. That was all of those kind of scenes that I wanted to cover
Okay.
before we go into infiltration mode. All right. Is there anything else that anyone needs to do that's important?
No, the last thing that is on Sully's mind now is shield. Now that he's kind of like addressed most other things, he's like, okay, now there's this person with them.
I have something though.
But then, wait.
Yep.
Ha-Kapella passes a loaf of bread to Sully and says, "Eat up, buddy," and holds his hand in a moment and just enhances his ability of cat's grace, dexterity, baby.
Only lasts an hour, though.
How long is it gonna be until we?
It's going to take you longer than an
Okay,
hour
give
to
it back,
get
give
there.
it back. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I've got plans for it. I just give him the loaf of bread and go, "Eat up, buddy." That's it.
Sully's not hungry, but
Don't waste it.
yeah, he kind of like picks away. Just puts
Are you gonna
little
eat
crumbs.
all of that though?
Do you want it back?
You can. How about you have a quarter then if you're not hungry? Don't want you wasting my food.
Okay. Hey, so Bass, your character Shield has more experience than these other guys doing this. So let me just paint the scene of the situation, and I'd love for you to kind of lead the thoughts about how to maybe to cover this. The northern peninsula of Aratai is like a V. Yeah? You are in the walled city of Aratai, which is like an A. The top part of that A, the walls bit. And there's a small strait between them, between the northern part, which is the V shape, and the A shape, which is where you currently are. So the armada, bringing the soldiers of Ghoulm, have taken over the entire northern peninsula. It is going to be pitch dark. It's going to be a black moon. There are boats available. There are docks on the northern peninsula, straight across where all the ferries go, which will be heavily watched. There's some other docks on the western side, which are further away, which won't be as watched. And then on the eastern side, it's mostly cliff face, which would not be guarded, but would require a great deal of climbing. So that's a very rough situation. It's over to you. Any initial thoughts?
All right, so Shield is thinking maybe boats. Would that be like if we go through with the ferries? The ferry, is it faster this way, or like it's definitely more risky to get spotted? But if it's faster, he's all about speed. That's for him. That's what he wants to do. He wants to act. Let's get the information and go.
Excellent. Great. So if you go straight across, using the ferry straight across, is a big dock. You know that there are lots of places to hide, but you're also certain that there'll be a lot of guards. So it wouldn't take you long to get across. It's about being able to not be seen. But you know, you're stealthy. The boat will almost certainly be seen, unless, of course, Donnie, who has these illusion powers, can do something.
Right. Are we all in the same room?
Yep, you can all be in the same room. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll approach Donnie and see, like, and you know, kind of share with him. Sully, or Donnie, excuse me. Could you perhaps, I don't know, make a boat disappear while we're riding it to the other side?
Yes, I can do that.
Very well, very well. I look back at Sully and I go, we might have to put your armor back on. I feel like maybe this time, you know, a swift, just quick approach with directly into the guards, dispatch them quickly, and then maybe just get the information and back out might be the way I want to go with this. Yes, I think you'll be more comfortable that way.
Suddenly starts removing the studded leather armor that he put on.
Oh, and Ha-Kapella's helping again. Oh, what again?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And now I need the big stuff.
Oh, the big stuff. All right, I got you.
That's more you.
All right. So the plan is an invisible frontal assault. This is our plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm listening to the guard. The guard? The
Shield.
shield. I'm listening to shield.
Excellent. On the way down to the docks. I lied. There's one other scene that happens on the way to the docks. On the way to the docks, just as you're leaving the palace, crossing the bridge from the island that the palace is on to the walled city itself, a woman detaches herself from the crowd of people that are outside the passage leading to the palace. So it's dark by now because your plan was to leave at nighttime, yes? It's Leia.
Oh, hey.
Leia.
Leia is Nimrod's, for anyone that's joining this story and hasn't seen the entire series, Leia is Nimrod's friend from childhood, also trained to be a healer.
Oh boy.
She comes up to you.
Oh, Leia.
She comes up to you.
Hi, Leia.
Hey, Leia.
And she says, I have a message for Nimrod. Where's Nimrod?
She can't come to the message right now. Would you like to leave it with us? And, listen, Leia, it's not a good time to see Nimrod. Mostly because we don't really know where she is.
What?
I know. She's temporarily unavailable right now, but I'm sure she'll be fine. She'll be right
What,
back.
did she run away?
No.
Is she dead?
No.
No.
We hope not. No. Just something.
A thing took her?
Yeah.
Well, she said she'll be right back.
But we don't know when. She never left any.
Did she go willingly?
Yes. She looked willing. She was very calm but scary about it. I'm sorry, Leia. I'm sure she'll be fine.
She turns to Sully.
Ooh.
She grabs you by the forearm.
Whoa.
Says, Sully, you have to find her.
I know.
She's innocent. She gets angry, but you know her, she's innocent.
Oh, of course, yeah, we know it. And I make sure that she...
You have to promise that you will find her.
Sully kind of like reverses his forearm so that he's holding her forearm as well, and he says, I will find her.
We will.
She hugs you all.
Oh, it'll be fine.
and then lets you move on your way.
Oh.
Star Wars scene change. Shield. Okay, describe the kind of boat you want. Describe what, as you're crossing the river, the strait. We're fast forwarding straight to the infiltration.
Yes. I kind of like put a hand on Sully first. I was like, don't worry, boy. It'll be all right. You seem worried, but at first I thought maybe I'll have you climb some walls, but you seem more of like someone looking for a fight. So we'll, a good spear to the face always gets someone back on track.
Sully looks at Shield and he says, if you want me to climb something, I'll climb it.
No. Right now we'll take care of what we have to do. Just make sure you're in front and I'm behind you. Don't worry about the rest.
Sully just like twirls a spear and he says, well, I can do that. And he stands in front. He just moves himself at the front of the boat and stands there.
Oh God.
Right now you can lay down.
Lay down?
Yes.
All right. And then he takes a seat. As he grips his spear, is this potentially another flashback, or maybe it hasn't happened yet, but did Alzamite give me an answer on the spear?
Okay. You had 8 hours. I was really wanting to get straight into the infiltration, but we will give you this small piece of information.
Okay.
Lore time.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was really wanting to get into this infiltration.
Lore.
It just outs the tension.
Okay. You ready for this?
Yes.
Yes.
To the west.
Oh.
Can we have a change of music? Let's have the caravan music, please.
Oh, love the caravan music.
To the west.
Oh.
Hundreds of years ago,
Oh.
there was a great kingdom and a great king.
Oh.
A great warrior king
Oh.
who, fearful of his own mortality, hired the greatest soothsayer in the land to come and tell him of his death, so he would know what to avoid and who to slay. The soothsayer said that he would indeed die in battle. Not die in battle, sorry, he would die a violent death. This great king arose and took over neighbor after neighbor. But first, commissioned the creation of the greatest assortment of magical arms the world has ever known.
Oh.
Each item is enchanted in itself, but as they harmonize with each other, their power increases.
We're collecting.
His spear, his weapon was a spear.
Yes.
He had a shiny breastplate of polished iron,
Ooh.
a shield, a belt, shoes.
No shoes.
Okay.
Sorry, sandals.
Sandals. Oh, even better.
Nike sandals.
And as he mercilessly destroyed his neighbors and reached older age, he knew he had prevented the soothsayer's prediction and allowed himself to rest. Alas, one day his grandson,
Oh no.
a young youth, came across the spear, and taking it out to practice throwing practice, inadvertently threw and slew his grandfather, the king.
Violent.
And thus, the soothsayer's prediction of a violent death came true. In the centuries that have passed since then, the once fertile lands of the West have been encroached by the sands and have been swallowed by the sand. And now, the only people that travel through it are travelers going from Muntia or Aratai to the west.
Wow.
Sorry, that was a little bit of lore.
Nice.
That was fun.
Damn, Lord.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Cool.
Now, can we fast forward to the infiltration?
How much of the collection do we have?
I've made a list.
So here's what we've got. We've got Sully, who was standing on the brow, ready to go. He's just been told by Shield, lie down. Okay, Shield, you're on.
I was just looking for a small, almost like a small fishing boat, just to cross the smallest we could find, and just maybe a tarp we can put on top of us to kind of all hide behind it, but like still underneath it and still see where we're going, and just paddle our way quietly and subtly through, and hopeful that Donnie keeps us hidden. So I hand a paddle, to Lona and to Sully, because they seem like the big strappy boys, and we'll let them paddle, and meanwhile he's preparing his end crossbow and making sure it's loaded properly.
Thank you. We have, if we see the battle map for a moment, we have a small boat. Okay, place yourselves on the boat.
So that's the front.
That's the front. Just put yourselves on the boat.
Yeah.
Perception rolls, everyone, as you approach. Okay, so Donnie has cast his illusion. To your eyes, you don't seem invisible. He assures you that you are. You are in part of the illusion now. Ooh. But he assures you that it's working.
I reckon Sully sees just like a shimmer in the air. I think he's familiar,
Yes.
but like he knows this, and he knows that it's working.
There is a small dome, shimmering dome, faint, that you can see. Okay, everyone, perception rolls, please.
17.
Boom!
Ooh.
What'd you get? Sorry, Bash?
10.
10.
It would be a 19, but just like his Sully's eyes just haven't. There was a period of time where there was no blood flowing through his optical nerves, and so he kind of has to blink. 17.
Still good.
Dirty 20.
Ooh! Okay, so
Very good.
I'm assuming that means that Shield is busy rowing and looking around beside and then beside, right? Okay? Ahead of you, the other three of you, Donnie is too busy concentrating. The docks are teeming. There are people with torches that are on patrols. You can see some makeshift towers out of detritus, like bits of wood. Things have been assembled periodically across the docks. It is a big dock, though.
Yeah.
So on the far western side, there's the rocky shore. There are a number of jetties that stick out. There are guards going from west to east and east to west. Across the wharfs themselves, there are a total of 3 makeshift towers that have been made. One in the middle, one in the east, one in the west. And on the far east, again, there is the rocky shoreline. What's the plan, Shield? You're in. That's what you guys see. Shield, any thoughts?
Okay, so you're saying there's the shore. Is there like how big of the patrol is?
There are
You see there's a
Yeah, there's 2 patrols. You yourself can't see, but the other guys can see that the patrols are moving in groups of 4.
I relay this to Shield.
Okay.
I'm like,
4. There are currently 2 patrols that are kind of crossing in the middle, going east to west, crossing in the middle, going east to west. And each of the towers are also guarded.
Okay, all right. Okay. Now I'm the one with the party's laughing line, right?
The other guys can give it. The other guys can give thoughts as well, but you're in theory in charge.
Okay.
There's a rocky shore just nearby as well. Are we gonna stop by there? I assume the docks are too dangerous to what's the word?
Definitely more dangerous.
Approach, I guess.
Sully asks Donnie how long he can keep this up for.
I'll keep it up as long as I need to.
And so he tells Shield, we have time. No.
Let's go to the rocky shore for sure. Yeah.
East or western coast?
Eastern.
Okay. You guys paddle over to the west to the eastern coast. As I mentioned, the guards there are only 2 lots of guards, so they kind of oscillate, right? Back and forth. Yeah. So tell me, at what point so when you get to the rocky shore, there's these piles of rocks, and then the docks, which are heavy slats of wood on big piles, are connected to those rocks. You probably could climb them. It would be difficult, especially for those in armor. It would be difficult. It's a broad wooden wharf. There are some jetties nearby that you could climb out onto, or you could climb out onto. The jetties are the bits that stick out of the wharf. So imagine.
Remnants of a wolf.
So I'll just quickly demonstrate. So if we go back to the map for a sec, this is in miniature form. Miniature form, if we say that this is the western rocky shore and this is the eastern rocky shore, imagine that there are also some bits sticking out.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So that's where. Yeah. Okay.
So,
Got it.
so that other boats can connect and anchor.
Yes.
So this is exactly the miniature form. So you said you were going to the east?
Yeah.
So this is the rocky shore that you're going to over here. I don't know if you can quite see it. Not quite. So let's just move this miniature form over a bit. That's good enough? Great. So this is miniature form. This is not the right scale. Okay? There are boats anchored, ferries that are not in use, attached all over the place. What's the plan?
All right. When after the patrols have crossed, I feel like we could try to sneak in. Maybe how deep is the water? Is it really deep?
It's a pretty. Yeah, it's deep. It's deep enough that they have to have wooden piles to hold.
Right. Okay. Just climb onto the rocky shore and kind of try to be stealthy and avoid trying to stay further away from where they meet the 2 patrols. And
Okay.
like if we're supposed to like maybe get their attention, at least we'll deal with 1, not 2. We'll try to.
Okay, so you wait till the patrol isn't near you.
Right.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Great. Your boat comes up the rowing. You slow down the rowing, come up to the rocky shore place where it meets the wharf. The boat connects with it. All right, what you doing, guys?
Quickly, this is the problem at the time where
Sully says just like, I've got a nature calls.
We're gonna stop in any second.
Okay,
We're gonna stop any second.
But I can hold it on.
Ha-Kapella puts her hand onto Sully's arm and says, "All right, you're gonna be all right, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna enhance your dexterity ability so that when you stealth for an hour, you're got advantage checks.
Nice.
But whatever the language is, translated.
Lona
that
starts
one,
thinking.
Advantage on dexterity checks.
Very good.
And no damage taken from falling. 20
Nice.
feet or less.
Let's quickly find out what everyone's doing. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's what.
Luna's gonna get his sleep potion ready because if and he's eyeing the orcs out, if they come his way, then
Okay,
you know,
they're not
he's
orcs.
first.
These are humans.
Sorry, humans.
Yeah, thank you. Now that you're close enough, these people have paler skin. They're from the north.
Oh.
They wear different clothing to you. All of the men that you see have shaved heads. Similar to
Ha-Kapella thinks that she's all Turan, and she goes, "Oh no, he's fine. He's gone.
He's not
He's
Turan.
dead."
Okay. And do you know what we're gonna do?
Yes.
We're gonna find out about how you infiltrate and get onto it after a short break.
All right.
Welcome back to the show. We hope you had a great break. We had a nice break. Thanks for joining us. If you're new to our show, Dice Legends is a Dungeons & Dragons live stream. We film from a studio in New Zealand. I am very fortunate. My name is Vahid. I'm very fortunate to have this really talented group of TV and stage professionals as the
Stop it.
cast members. These guys are great. I love them anyway. So, so our story, what's happened so far? Mini recap.
We are on a
course.
boat approaching the northern peninsula with the soldiers of Ghoulm stationed at a makeshift watch point with 3 towers, 2 rocky shores on the east and west, and guard patrols. We're being led by Shield, the old halfling, at the front of a boat, and is going to try and get us in on this infiltration mission. Sully's back from the dead, Donnie's struggling to keep an illusion around us, and Lona and Ha-Kapella are just generally their cheery, chaotic selves.
And just as we've gotten into the mood, I'm going to shatter that mood by saying, thank you to BD&D for being our sponsor.
I was just on their website just before.
Were you looking on their website just before?
Yeah, just before. Like I had a little quick cheeky look just to see some dice because I want new ones now, and they're pretty sick, guys. Like just check it out, BD&D.
So BD&D, thank you so much for being our sponsor. We love those guys. They're a brilliant New Zealand company that provide all the nerdy, geeky stuff that you want and need.
Yeah.
So please do head to their website, beadndgames.co.nz, and we'll do a proper plug of them at the end of the show. But okay, we ready to get back into it now that I've ruined the recap?
You ruined it, but we're back. We're back.
Okay, so let's paint the scene. You're just about to climb out of the boat. There's rocky shore. Imagine sandstone rocks eroded by the crashing waves over millennia. Sandstone is soft. It means it also erodes quickly. It means it also offers handholds. Then directly connected to that is the broad wooden wharf with jetties sticking out of it. You need to somehow get up from your boat onto the wharf. You can, if we look at this battle map for a second, you'll see that there's a small jetty nearby. You could pull your boat alongside it. There are ladders that you could climb up it, or there's the rocks themselves that you could try to climb up. What's the plan? Let's go to Shield first. Bast, any particular preferences?
I'll go with the ladder. It's simple. Keep it simple.
Okay, up the rock.
And I'll be like right behind, I'll be right behind Sully, and because I'm assuming he'll take the ladder, and just kind of staying right behind him, keeping a end maybe to, like on his shoulder or his lower back, because I'm short, and just like using him. He doesn't know this, but I'm using him as my hiding spot so I can hide behind him.
Okay, everyone, athletics roll, but you're all helping each other, right?
Yep.
So you can all make your athletics roll at advantage.
Yeah, boys. Go.
19.
Natural 20.
Woo, 17.
Bast, what'd you get?
Minus 1, 18.
Advantage. I got 12.
24.
It's good enough. It's good enough to climb up a sandstone rocky surface that has some handholds that nature has wrote into it. So you find yourself on the wharf. There are only about 60 feet away is the closest tower, makeshift tower. And on top of it, there are 2 guards that are watching out. They have lanterns behind them, so that they're not looking into the light, casting light out from behind them. The patrols on front are halfway across the wharf. You've got a little bit of time. There is a line of buildings that this wharf has. Like if you were to go directly north, there's a line of buildings like, the warehouses. There's a tavern which is completely empty, a whole bunch of buildings which then lead into the city part of the northern peninsula of Aratai. What's the plan?
Have we been here before?
You've lived here before,
Yeah,
but never
I know
in
I
an-
have. But like,
You've never had an adventure in this particular location.
okay, yeah.
Is there a way to like we can sneak to like the base of one of the? How tall are the towers and then the watch guards in the towers? How high are they up?
They're set up to being about 15 feet tall.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try and make the nearest guard sleep.
Oh, you want to hit them with a sleep spell?
Yeah. It's gonna
Okay.
try. It's gonna try. So we can just have a clear path towards just being.
That's smart.
Is that all right?
Yeah, everybody happy?
I mean,
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great. Thank you.
all right, go.
Sleep.
Lona just goes, moi.
You don't.
Oh, that's at 5d8.
5d8.
Yes, that's right. No,
Would you like a D8?
Yes, plus.
Have one of mine.
Thank you.
And remember, with your sorcery thing, you can always re-roll some dice if you want.
Ooh, 24, 27.
So you, are you
27.
happy with that number?
I'll re-roll 2.
Okay, take away one sorcery point away.
Yep. Oh, okay. What's that? What? 17, 15, 21, 29.
29. So where are you centering this on? Tell me what you want to do.
Okay, Lona wants to. Is there two of the guards that usually interchange?
The guards that are walking back and forth are in groups of 4. Yeah.
And are they moving anywhere near
So you
where
guys.
we're approaching?
So Shield said that he wanted them to be as far away from you as possible. They were they had passed each other as you climbed up onto the wharf. So there's a group of 4 that are walking towards you at the moment.
All right, that's exactly who I want to attack. But if I can I direct it to the 2 in the tower as well?
Right. So waiting. So when they're passing the tower, you do it.
Yeah, and so they're all affected all at once.
Okay,
You don't have
great.
any
Okay,
idea.
so the 6 of them.
Yeah.
So just as they're passing, these 4 soldiers are passing, you say,
I say, moi loa, and then just this mist shoots off.
That is sick.
And
you got
hits them.
29, right?
Yes.
Oh God,
Great. And so
These are Tehran's people.
4 of them go. 4 of them just kind of. Both of the 2 in the tower fall asleep.
Oh, yes.
And then 2 of the 4 that are walking towards you kind of go, stumble, and lie down. And the 2 guards next to them say, "What are you doing? Get up, and start." Yeah, okay, so what's the plan?
As soon as like when I see him, I prepare myself. When I see him casting, I prepare myself. As soon as the 2 in the patrol that drop and the other 2 turn around, like I shoot one with a crossbow like immediately. Just not letting the time to wake up the others on the ground.
Okay, advantage. You have an advantage.
And,
All right.
I think Sully's had a spear, and as soon as he sees Shield like cock his crossbow, Sully's already hurling his spear towards the second one.
Advantage.
Oh my God.
Roll it.
Ooh. So a few pluses and a few minuses. 19.
That's a hit. Roll damage. What'd you get, Bast?
I got a 23.
Oh yeah, baby. Roll damage and sneak attack because they had no idea you were there.
Yeah.
He applies a superiority dice. Yeah, great. He's using pushing attack to give himself another D8 of damage. Cool. So he gets a total of 8.
Dead. Bast, what'd you get?
I got 10 with the regular hit, and with the sneak attack, it's another extra 12.
I mean, it is such a violent death.
As that happens, Ha-Kapella is just like whispers to herself, "I thought we weren't supposed to engage."
I didn't. I just put some people to sleep.
God.
Sully, like, as he sees the 2 guards go down, he looks over at Shield and just like nods.
Well, they're gone. So that 3rd watchtower,
No.
4 of them are asleep and the other 2 are dead.
Oh my God. All right.
Just like that.
Just like that.
What's the plan?
Sully.
Can we hide the bodies somewhere or drop them in the water, or if it's closer, like
Yes.
those who are
All
dead?
right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Sully will definitely help Shield with whatever they need to do. And he retrieves his spear from the dead.
Okay, I'm assuming that Donnie will walk with you so that you're still under this shield of invisibility.
Okay.
His shakes are getting pretty, they're the worst they've ever been.
How visible are we to like the two other towers? We're
You've taken the eastern side.
Got it.
And the eastern side is completely cleared now.
Yeah. Once we've disposed of the bodies and then we can hug against the far tower, he kind of figures that maybe they will be much less visible now to the remaining two towers.
Definitely.
Yeah, so Sully kind of goes to Donnie, he's like, you can drop it now. We can do this from here.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't.
And the little shimmer goes off of
We'll need your skills more later, but for now, conserve your strength.
Okay. And so you've dropped the bodies into the water. Is that right, Bast?
Sure, whatever's closest. If we can hide them behind rocks, we'll put them a bit around rocks. But if the water's close, just dump them in the water.
Sure. Splunk, sploosh. And then, okay, you've gotten rid of that threat. Now what's the next plan?
So are we trying?
Go ahead.
You go, Bast. You go.
How far is the other tower? Because we're here to get as much information as possible. So
Yep.
How far are the towers from our objective, which is getting in the city?
Okay, so imagine that the towers are like a horizontal line across the wharf, yeah? They're going east to west.
Okay.
The city itself, where it's assumedly the bulk of the invaders are, is to the north, is beyond them. So ideally you'd want to go past the line of buildings to the north and enter the city to the north. The other two towers are spaced 60 feet apart. So you got a good 60 feet from someone being able from the central tower, another 60 feet to the western tower.
Gotcha. Okay. And we're at the eastern tower, right?
Yeah, the eastern tower. Yeah, and you've just taken them out, gotten rid of the bodies. What's the plan?
I'll climb up to the tower and make sure to tie them up, those who are sleeping, so that they don't wake up and alarm the others. I'm trying also to look for if they have either horns or bells that they will ring. If they would make sure that you either disable them, break them, or do whatever it is so that they can communicate with the others.
Thinking.
Nice.
They do have horns.
Okay, so I'll just steal them.
All right.
I'll just go with them.
Great. And yes. And now what's the plan?
And tie them up to make sure they don't wake up.
Yep, they're tied up. The other patrol, right, has now reached the western rocky shore and is turning around to be coming back towards you.
Is there a way we can get behind some of the pillars to kind of wait until they come closer?
Okay, so let me see if I get this right. Okay. You're wanting to wait for them to come and then you're going to take them out. That's what you're thinking?
Lona's thinking that, but he's also looking at the team, and I don't really want to take any more casualties. We just want to move towards the center.
Well, it's easy for you now to move into the city. You've taken out the whole eastern side of their watch.
So we can.
You can now easily move
without
in.
engaging.
There's no wall on
We just keep going.
on the northern peninsula. There's no wall to hold you, keep you out of the city. You can move in.
Let's move in.
Let's do it.
We're supposed to get information.
Okay, great. So Ha-Kapella knows this area really well.
Yes.
Let me give, for people that don't know this area very well, it is very built up at the beginning near the wharf. It rises uphill to, especially on the eastern side, is a large hill, which is where Ha-Kapella's family's home was built into.
She looks over to that hill and tries to see if there's any movement from there.
Oh,
God.
lights, fire.
Oh.
That is the top of the hill.
On fire.
Top of the hill. Seems there's something going on up there at the top of the hill.
Ha-Kapella just dies a little inside.
You're right there.
Yeah, we gotta figure out what's going on up there.
It's all right. We'll get you. We'll get there.
And she thinks the face of Bok Bok, her prized chicken, just pops into her head, and she just hopes that Bok Bok is not fried chicken. right now.
Sully looks at Ha-Kapella's face and he can see she's distraught, and he knows that he should feel something about this. And he knows that he should care, but he can't feel it. You know, he can't feel that distress. So he puts his hand on her shoulder because he knows that's the right thing to do, but he can't feel it yet.
Ooh. All right, we gotta push forward. Let's go, team.
Let's go.
Excellent. You start moving forward. Mm-hmm. I want everyone to make me stealth rolls.
Advantage for you.
And I'm going to give Ha-Kapella and only Ha-Kapella advantage because she knows this area so well. Mm-hmm. She knows these back streets because she grew up
I
here.
grew up on these streets.
17.
22, 17.
14.
14. You guys are awesome.
Boosh.
1.
Oh
You rolled a natural one.
Natural.
No. Well, 21. Sorry.
no! Oh, thank God, you scared us.
Oh, I thought you said 1. I was like, what?
Sorry.
Yeah. The
Beautiful.
the Uber spy, the shadow guard, fumbles and ruins the whole operation.
At one time.
Brilliant.
And Donnie's all right.
Donnie, let's do Donnie.
Donnie's got us.
Donnie's done okay. He's done okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You start moving up the hill. Yeah, and your plan is, where are you going?
Well, there are lights up there. There might be people there who know what's going on
And we can also check up on.
my family, if they manage to get out or not.
Yeah.
Because our questions are, why are they here? What are their demands, and where are they stationed? And is that the
How
only
many?
place where there? And how many are them there? Is that the only place where there's lights and fires, or?
There are torches and there are lights throughout,
Yeah.
but there is definitely
Something
some
big.
kind of party. Not lights and but there is something going on up there.
All right, that seems like the best place of interest.
So
I'll follow you, Ian. Go ahead.
Oh, are you sure you don't want to take the lead?
No, you know the way. It's totally fine.
Oh, all right.
you know it better than anyone here.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Ha-Kapella takes a familiar path up to these hills. You know, she's walking up. As she walks up, she sees familiar stones and familiar houses and buildings. And yeah, what do I see?
okay, so I'm just gonna start describing
Yes.
you getting closer and closer and closer, and you tell me the point at which you want to stop.
Yep.
Okay?
Do this.
Okay.
The streets down by the docks are deserted.
Okay.
Going from shadow to shadow, barrel to corner, across road, there's almost no one around except for the occasional patrol, which your stealth rolls were so good, no one sees you. As you get higher up the hill, it's clear that some of their soldiers have taken over the houses
Oh.
and have set themselves up in those houses. You can smell food cooking, different ingredients than what you're familiar with, different smells. You hear people, there's a bit of kind of bravado in the talk. They are only male voices. As you pass the backs of these buildings where you can see bald, shaved head men through the corners, through the windows, preparing food or sharpening their blades and talking in overly macho voices. You reach one of the main streets that is much more heavily patrolled. There is a station at an intersection where there's a permanent guard has been set up with another makeshift tower. There's a force of about 12 of them. You're pretty sure you can get past them still. To your right, there's another stationary guard, 2 guards, that are talking amongst themselves in low whispers. And I'd like everyone to make an insight roll.
Well, I got
Skadoosh.
a 4.
14, Bass, did you say?
14.
18.
4.
Okay. Ha-Kapella. These guys are vicious invaders.
All right.
Yeah. These guys have come to destroy your land. They're heartless. Bast, Sully, they seem like they are ordinary soldiers that are having the combination of excitement and nerves, of some kind of the expectation, the unfamiliar. Ronnie.
No.
The two people to the west having a conversation, and you hear one of them say, well, he looks a bit worried. And although I said intuition and insight roll rather than perception, I'm sorry, I'm going to just give you this information anyway.
Oh.
One of them says, what do you think of that tiefling? And then you don't hear the rest of the answer.
And Lona just like overhears that, kind of makes a joke and goes, it's not a village full of Tyrants. It's kind of creeping me out. And then he like signals to Sully. Sully, I've just overheard a couple of those guards. They seem to know our friend Nimrod. And then Sully's on it, yeah, and then Lona's on his guard again.
A horn bellows out from the south, from the wharf, from the docks.
Oh no!
And suddenly, the makeshift watchtower that's in front, that's to your left, they all stand to alarm. All of them get their shields out. Everyone starts looking around, and a commanding officer steps forward and gives orders. And all of them, bar the two people that are on the tower, form into two lines and start running down the hill towards the wharf. The two guards to your right, that Lona overheard slightly, stand up to attention and start nervously looking around.
We have to hide.
We'll start with Bast. Any thoughts?
We're just hiding, and kind of he's hiding it even more, like trying to stay as stealthy as possible. Looking around, seeing the commanders that gave the orders, and the two that we were close to, are they like kind of patrolling around or looking, or?
They're a stationary watch.
Okay, stationary. Okay. We just kind of be very quiet and kind of make sure that the armor doesn't rattle next to him, just and then just being quiet at this point. Yeah, and we're kind of watching the scene and waiting for them to, if they can go for as far as possible and maybe get back on our movement once they're further away.
Okay. Raylene, do you have any thoughts?
She stays hidden. She follows that lead of just hopefully those guards will leave the area so that maybe we can scope out the place a little bit more. Hopefully they get attracted towards the south. I guess not all of them will be there. And also I raised the idea like, hey, you can change your looks, can't you? Maybe you can.
And Lona gives a smile to Ha-Kapella and goes, I like the way you're thinking. It's exactly what I was thinking. And then so Lona takes on the form of, or chooses to take on the form of one of the guards. Yeah, and he's, in his mind he was gonna do the whole, I'll take you as prisoners and pretend to be closer, but then he's like, nah, that didn't really work before.
Find out what you know from them.
And then, Lona's just gonna, am I going?
So go for it.
Sweet, Lona say, sweet.
What does that mean? Okay.
That's a charisma thing. Okay, so
Charisma.
you take
Alter self.
alter self, and you suddenly look like one of the guards.
Basically like a spitting image or a Turan. No.
Oh my god.
Turan or not?
No, not Turan.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to run into trouble.
Ha-Kapella puts her hand onto Lona and say, Wow, you look disgusting. Here. This
Eagle
is Eagle
Splendor.
Splendor, so that's another one of us.
Advantage of
Thank
charisma
you.
checks. Okay, sweet.
Advantage of charisma checks, you're right.
Okay, and Sully, what you planning?
His grip tightens on his spear, but he sees Lona's going in for something clever, and so he kind of like releases a bit. But he's ready. He's ready to strike.
Okay.
If anything goes wrong.
You change your form. Tell me,
Yeah.
go for it, buddy.
Yeah, Lona walks, just leaves the group behind and he just walks up to these two and walks up and, yeah, what are you maggots doing here? Did you hear the horn?
We were ordered to have stationary watch.
Stacy, over there, mate. Get up and get to where you're supposed to be. Don't let me tell you again.
Ooh, that's a very good persuasion. Hit me with the persuasion.
Persuade me.
Ed,
You're
you get
fine,
advantage
Donnie.
with it as well.
Advantage as well. I will use it. With a 9.
Not bad,
That's
bud.
nice.
Oh, it's a 9. It's a 9. With my persuasion of 6, gives you 15.
They go, yes. Do a curt bow and pick up themselves and go off towards the tower, the makeshift tower.
And everyone's like, oh, right, I think that should buy us some time.
Well done, Sully boy. Well done, well done.
And then the plan?
Look around for clues.
I suppose we're looking at the clearest path up the hill.
Up the hill.
Great, thank you.
Right.
So, as you get closer and closer, it's you hear from all around you the buildings that were full of soldiers. The buildings start emptying out. The
Well,
horn has sounded. Right?
okay.
All around, the horn is then echoed. Another horn over there. Another horn here. Pretty soon, there are horns everywhere. And you hear in the buildings on the other side of the road, which have lights and candles and lanterns where people had been preparing food and sharpening their blades and all that kind of stuff. They are rushing to put on their armor and get their stuff ready.
I have a question. Is Sully's armor, it's Turan's armor, is it the same as what they're wearing?
Is it the same as what they're wearing? That's a really good question. Did he have it custom made? What percentage shall we give it?
I don't know.
Let's say there is a 60% chance that it is Ghoulm style armor. 60%. I'm going to roll it in the middle here. Green or 10s? 85. No, it is custom armor that he made.
Dang, all right.
Wisdom.
You can't blend it.
Guys, you got to do something fast. They're going to be belching out of these buildings any moment. Any plans? We'll start with you, Bast.
In the houses, you said the guards were there and preparing, but are there like all other houses where the inhabitants were there for? Like, are people like completely out of the region, or
You want to
or
find
there's-
an empty house, do you?
or empty house, or one that has a family there? Maybe we could go and hide into a Capella's family house, or
Okay.
if they're still there to check at the same time.
All right, you want to, okay, an empty house. All of the houses in this area have been completely taken over. You're getting close to the top. All of them have been taken over by guards.
How tall is a house?
They're not that tall. Single stories.
Sully, I guess, like kind of cups his hands down like this, and he gestures up to the ceiling.
And Ha-Kapella steps on his hands and yoink!
And he, one by one, he's trying to get everyone up onto a rooftop and hide there.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay. You're all on top of the roof. Yep. And then you climb up.
We
Bring
help
quickly
Sully
up,
get back.
Yeah, all four, right?
Yeah.
You fly up.
Oh, what a tank.
They have flat roofs in Aratai.
Wait, are you with us? You look like one of the guards.
Oh yeah, what am I doing here?
What do you want to do?
I'm just, I'm gonna go with them.
Okay, you're up there as well. Okay.
Nice.
With who?
With you.
Oh, with us. Okay.
So as you're lying on top of the roof, And over the next couple of minutes, soldiers pour out of these buildings, forming ranks, come and form a line like an inspection line across the road right in front of you.
Oh.
And then a woman comes down from the hill and comes around. She wears robes. She has pale skin of the north as well. Curly, dark brown hair. She comes along and she starts shouting orders to them, and she says, "There has been a disturbance at the docks. We don't know what it is. Fan out. We knew to expect spies. We will be releasing the dogs soon.
Dogs.
Make sure you have your scent packs on you.
Well, we need one of those.
Anyone that is remotely suspicious, bring to us at the fire on the top of the hill. Now go!" And they start spreading out everywhere like ants, going through the corridors of the city.
Ha-Kapella mutters, "Well, we know that the main people are stationed at the top of the hill where the fire is.
Yep.
We don't know why they're here yet or what their demands are, but there's a lot of them. That's as much as I have so far."
Lona's like,
How many did we see? How many guards? How many soldiers were there? That would give us.
A lot.
a lot, multiple.
Okay.
Garrisons.
Lona's like looking at the lady with the wavy hairs like, who's that?
Do we recognize
You
her?
do not recognize her.
No. She looks important.
No.
Does this inspection look like it's going to pass like a wave past us, or like it's just going to constantly be like searching around us?
Constantly searching around.
Okay. Okay.
But the majority of them are heading south towards the wharfs, fanning out, going south through and so they pass by your building, looking around, checking, opening doors, opening things as most of them head south.
Where is the lady with the brown hair, the wavy hair?
She then heads back up the hill.
I'm looking at them and I'm like, maybe we can. When a patrol gets closer to the house we're at, just kind of, we need those scent packs. So, we drop on that patrol as it comes close to the house and try to eliminate as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay, here we have the building that you're on. All right. So, we'll build it up. We'll just say that, where's a big, nice, flat rooftop? This'll do.
I was hoping you'd do that. Nice.
Okay. Put yourselves and
I was going to put the poles up.
put a couple trees around, guys.
Woo! Trees. Here
Put
we
a
go.
couple trees wherever you want.
love trees.
Okay, and we've got, right next to you, we've got another building. Yeah? Place yourself on top of the building, please. Here are your minis.
Any particular place, Shield?
Right in the center. It's fine. Right behind you, basically. Right behind Sully.
There you are, Lona. There you are, Ha. There you are, Donnie.
Donnie.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Stay.
Nice. Okay, so most of them have passed and gone down until there's just one. They've thinned out. And a pair, the last kind of pair, have been walk along the city, along the street, I should say, and come down this passageway here. Shield.
Yep.
You'll go first.
Okay. The crossbow's ready to go, and as soon as like the second one enters the alleyway, I'll shoot the second one, and I kind of look at Sully and jump on the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, this can all be simultaneous, right? So let's just quickly
Yeah.
do what everyone's doing, and then you'll all roll at the same time. So you're going to be firing, I'm assuming you're firing 2 crossbow bolts.
2 crossbow bolts on the last guy, the second one.
Okay, everyone's first attack is at advantage.
Okay.
Raylene, Ha-Kapella, what's she doing?
Ha-Kapella wants to hold person on and cast it as a level 3 spell so that it adds an additional humanoid. So she wants to hold person for both of them.
Okay, so they can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Lona.
Lona wants to just shock and grasp. Oh, but he can't do it from a distance. Nah, he's just gonna let these guys take over the
Okay, thank
save
you.
the power.
Sully?
Yep. Yeah, he nods at shield, and then once he fires off the crossbow, Sully's just gonna cannonball down into the first one.
Okay, everyone make their rolls.
Do I have to make a roll? Or you have to
I have to make your
wisdom
wisdoms.
at disadvantage?
No.
Aw.
Thank goodness.
What'd you guys get?
I've got 16.
Yep, you land on the first
I
one.
rolled it.
Nailed it.
And what'd you get, Bast?
I rolled a 14, so I'm at 20. So I had 20.
Yeah, roll damage.
armored.
Go for it, roll
Alright.
damage.
We have, I have advantage. So
Oh yeah. No.
11, 21 damage.
Hey.
That was the one at the back, right?
Yeah.
Gone.
Oh,
Sully, you drop on the one, right? He gets knocked to the ground. Hold person does not work.
oh, Ha-Kapella just looks at her hands and goes, "What's wrong? What happened to my cheese?" This is not, and her eye just starts wincing, like, this isn't normal again. There's something wrong with me.
Half of your face is falling asleep.
Ha-Kapella's hold persons always work. They didn't work for a while. Okay, great.
You're
Where's the music down in here just for, it's probably good for them, but just down in here a little bit. Okay, great. Now we go
losing
back,
your
now we
mojo.
go into normal initiative, and that means Shield, you're first.
All right. So the first one's left. I'll just quickly snipe him from the top of the roof.
Yeah.
I rolled a 20.
That's the one.
There we go. All right. So that's gonna be and 66 because that's a crit.
Yeah, 6d6.
Oh,
Because it's normally 3d6 with his sneak attack.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
oh
gosh.
jeez.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know if we need to roll, but we're going to anyway.
This is
I wanna hear
you.
I want to hear
I'm
it.
at 30.
Oh, this is he died.
Wow, and just like that,
Ceremoniously.
Oh,
they're gone.
all right. I search for their scent packs, whatever they are. I start frisking
Yep.
it.
Okay, they have on them these attached to their belts. They have these kind of muslin cloths that have an unusual combination of like herbs in it that are, that have a sense to it.
That's the scent pack.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that looks like it might be.
Okay.
Anything else on them?
They're wearing their uniform, they've got their spears, they've got their shields.
Nah.
Other than that, they haven't had enough time to get anything else.
All right. I start. Was it like a cloth that you said?
A muslin cloth that's been bound and tied together.
Okay.
So it looks like,
yeah. So we have 2 of them.
we've got two.
Start rubbing it on Lona. Lona definitely needs one because he's dressed up as someone.
And these 2 on top. Like as I point to the 2 guards, like to get them on the ceiling so we don't on the
yeah.
roofs.
Luna starts.
Nice.
Genius.
Yeah. Sully.
Lona, with what strength are you using? Ha-Kapella helps Lona.
Yeah. Sully's shoulder kind of twinges as he's doing it, but he's like still, like, but he's still like soldiers on, trying to put them up on the.
Nice. Okay. You've got the scent bags.
Okay.
For now, the watchtower is still being manned. But the stationary guards are no longer there. Most of them have spread out to the south. It is probably fairly safe for you to be able to sneak across and head further up the hill.
All right, we're going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Again, I need some more stealth rolls for you, because this has been enough time that we need a second round of stealth rolls.
Oh, wait,
Ha-Kapella, you can make advantage again because you know this area so well.
18.
18!
22.
22!
I use
25.
my inspiration just to give myself a normal roll on this.
You got it. Come on!
15.
And Donnie does well too.
Yay.
Speaking of Donnie,
Oh, God.
I hope he's okay.
you cross the road in between some alleys. Hide behind a couple of barrels that have been piled up behind some shops. Across. And then as you're looking around, you notice that Donnie, has his hand on the barrel. He's looking across. And his whole elbow is gone, is transparent.
Okay.
You move across, and as you're getting closer, I want you all to make.
That's normal.
Is,
Again,
So where does his arm go?
I kind of asked, like, yeah, I have Sully, like, is that normal? His elbow just disappeared from me. Is my eyesight finally gone?
Sully just kind of stares at the ground.
Up.
Lona hears it.
you're not going to answer.
Oh, gosh. Cold. All right, for
You're right, Sully.
say
So-
perception.
He doesn't answer you. Perception rolls, guys.
18.
19.
17.
12.
Okay, let's go through this again. So Shield got
17.
17. You got
19.
19.
12.
12.
18.
18. Okay. Lona, you don't see any of this, but enough people, others have seen it that I'm sure they'll You're getting closer up the hill. Your stealth has been incredible. You have been able to bypass when you hear near the fire the sounds of dogs. And casting your eyes between a gap in some buildings, you see the same woman wearing the robes and the dark curly hair, and standing next to her in a conversation is Mortine. Oh. They're probably only about 200 feet away, 60 meters. But who got the highest roll?
19.
I had 17.
You got a 19? Okay. So we'll talk to you first, Shield. There is a guard next to Mortine. You know who Mortine is. He's the lord that used to be the head Justicar of Aratai, who betrayed the queen and killed her. And there's a guard next to him, a Ghoulm, a guard from Ghoulm. It's Turan.
What?
He has a vicious wound where your spear had caught him on the neck. And he stands there, his flesh gray.
I don't see it.
You don't see it.
Ha-Kapella doesn't see it. Okay. What do you see?
He holds Ha-Kapella's hand and he says, "Have strength."
All right, you two, Lona, you two, and Donnie, and everybody here, have shield, have strength, everybody. All right, and as I say that, I'm gonna pass a bardic inspiration. Have strength to. You need strength, definitely.
Your bardic inspirations are D8s now, remember?
Oh, that's right, the D8s. Well,
Thank you.
give that back. D8. All right, and Lona, you look good today.
Thank you.
You're great.
Well,
He's not nice.
You're right. What do you see?
It's Turan.
And Ha-Kapella's hand just squeezes Sully's. Oh my goodness. And she kind of chuckles. Don't joke with me, Sully.
Lona's like, we're gonna need a lot of firepower, mate. All right.
And Sully looks at Lona and he says, exactly.
Exactly.
And then Lona just limbers up.
Oh my goodness, you guys can't be serious.
You killed it.
Donnie says, what part of don't engage do you guys not understand?
Donnie, shut up.
Sully's already,
First of all, this little guy, he says, pointing to Shield, tells you to take out the guards. We could have walked past. My invisibility, no one needed to see us. Now you guys look like you're wanting to fight. You're crazy. There's no possible way we can survive this.
he's limbering up his wrist.
And Lona's like,
Okay.
Calm yourself, Sonny boy. You're looking a bit pale right now. I can almost see through you. Calm down.
And he looks at his elbow and he goes, oh my God, oh my, oh.
Ha-Kapella holds onto Turan's battle axe with both hands and just clenches it. And tries to look and
You
see
guys
if
seem
she
to know this man with the scar. What's going on? Calm down.
There's some history here, Shield. This man. You know, there's the original betrayer. This man is not too far from him.
all right. They're powerful. We only attack when we need to.
Fine.
I'm taking the first opening.
All right.
Donnie says, stop it, Sully. We can't win this. We're surrounded by, we don't even, remember what the Queen said.
I know.
I've come here because one final act to redeem myself, and you're wanting to throw it all away?
Fine.
He grabs onto your wrist and he says, breathe, breathe, breathe. We can't win this fight. There's no possible way. We're surrounded by thousands. We don't know. What are you doing?
I want to kill him so bad.
And some dog noises are approaching you.
Sully holds Donnie's hand and he says, there's only so many times a man can die. And then, and then he puts a spear back in his hand, and he's continuing up the hill. Yeah. Right.
You start moving towards up the hill.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shield, what's your thinking here?
Maybe I grab him by the belt and kind of try to pull him back, but I'm not very heavy, so it's just like, wait.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So you're just getting dragged along behind Sully as he goes from...
Calm down. Please, lay down. We have to be smart about this and pick the right time to win the battle.
I look at Sully.
They're all coming from, they're all behind us. They're in front. We're surrounded. Donnie's right. We must calm down.
Sully.
Don't let your emotions take over you.
I understand this rage inside of us, but we do have a duty to the Queen, from the Queen. But the moment
Dying today will not solve anything.
the moment there's an opening.
I have no duty to the Queen.
Oh, okay, have a duty to me then.
I have only a duty to you, and to Nimrod. That's all.
Oh.
That's all I have anymore. They have hurt us so much. And I'm not giving them another opportunity to take away anything else.
I hear you. And then Sully, I've got an idea. It's gonna sound crazy, but we might just have a chance. Mortine took our queen. And he looks at you and says, it could be our only way out of here if we take theirs.
Okay. How far away are they?
I said 200
feet.
60 meters.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to translate feet to meters for people here in Aotearoa, New Zealand.
I don't know what feet are.
What is their immediate surrounding?
Okay, you ready for the immediate surrounding?
Yeah.
As it gets up the hill, it becomes more barren and it's more steep. It is clear that you're close enough to see that there are some tents that have been erected near the front. And there's a bonfire. You're still low enough that you can't see the base of the bonfire, you can just see the flames licking the sky. And you can see the top of some tents, Ghoulm style tents, not Aratai style tents. Very soon, you're going to leave the houses and enter the dwarven settlement, which is built into the hill. There will be almost no cover. There will be the occasional rock, tree, and bush, but there will be no more buildings left.
Okay.
But it's only 200 feet.
So he looks at Lona and then he's like,
And Lona gets it. Yeah.
Podcast listeners, Sully does
Yep.
sign language for like fireball.
and Sully, he gets as close as he thinks he can. They're 60 feet away.
No, 60 meters, 200 feet away.
200 feet away?
You
Okay.
can't throw a spear 200 feet.
No, I guess not. So Sully's like finding like a pathway there, and is just getting as close as he can. He's zeroing in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your plan?
Yeah.
Bass, what are you doing?
So we're inside. Is there a way that I can get maybe on a perch or maybe on a tent or to get like some high up, a vantage point?
Great, thank you.
Tree?
Okay. So as you leave
tree.
the last of the buildings and enter the dwarven settlement area, there are no more buildings around. Trees would offer the highest vantage point, but to be able to see into the clearing, it's steep enough to get to the top of the hill. You're still going to have to go up the hill a bit and then climb a tree to be able to see it. So you're still going to have to move up the hill a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, sure.
We're moving.
So is that what you're doing?
I'll move right with Sully just up to up the hill, and then as soon as I can see a tree to climb up, then that's what I'll do.
Ha-Kapella.
I'm moving up, but I will distance myself so it's more like, kind of trying to swallow them rather than just come from one point.
Okay,
Does
so
that
you want
make-
to go...
Like
so,
split up a little bit, but like,
Okay, Sully's going straight up, taking the direct route, which is as per your style. And you're
I'm
gonna
going to strafe and go towards like the rat.
to the right-hand side.
yeah.
How far away from him do you want to be?
Not too far, just a couple.
Tell me.
What's
10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet, 60 feet.
I don't know what those mean. 60 feet.
60 feet.
How many is it? How many is that?
That's 20 meters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lona, quick.
Lona stealths to the left, so he takes the opposite side. So
Okay.
he's flanking. He's got your he wants Sully inside, ready to attack at any time, but still at stealth
And
mode.
seeing shields gone up, Sully just looks at Lona, and he holds up like this, and then he goes, and then as soon as he hits 6, Sully just skirts around the rock that he's behind, and he sprints.
And sprints.
At the three of them.
Up the hill.
Boom, boom,
Okay.
boom, boom, boom.
Great.
boom,
Okay.
boom.
Wonderful. Okay. Just.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness. You guys are actually insane. But I love it.
The chat must be going crazy right now. What are they saying?
So we're not
go,
focusing on
Sully.
that right now.
Oh no.
So let's just set up a bit of a hill, shall we? Bast, you climb up the hill, up a tree. So you're gonna get the best vantage point. Help me build some terrain here for me, guys. Someone put a tree for Bast.
Oh yeah.
Where is?
Yep, that'll be fine. Let's just start building it up higher and higher and higher. Let's go like that and put some over here. Great. Okay. That'll do. That'll do. Thank you. So let's put him down a little bit. He wasn't quite up that high.
Okay.
Okay, that'll do. Actually,
Best, you're in this tree.
okay.
Okay.
Jason, you okay? You good? All right, guys. Now let's make it
shot.
look a bit prettier. Can you
Oh.
put some greenery around? Oh, look at that ugly cup. So, let's put some other greenery on. Guys, go for it.
Oh, not the tree. Here we go. Pretty. Set change. Whoop whoop. Here we go. Oh. Oh God.
Nice. Great. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. Brilliant.
The
Okay.
heck? What are we doing?
What are you doing indeed? I'm going to give Bast. I want a perception roll, real fast. Fastest perception roll you can give in your life.
Yep. That's not fast at all. A 10.
A 10?
I rolled a 10.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. You can see a big bonfire, and you can see the woman that I was described before, who looks like that. She is talking with
Out of the
out of shot. Do we need to move the whole thing forward? All right, guys, ready? Tahiru toru fa. Is that good enough? Great, thank you.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah.
And next to her is Mortine.
Oh, bastard.
Great, and there is. I wish we had some tents. We don't.
Where's the
These are tents. I'll get Turan. You don't need to worry about that. All right. If you can make a tent out of that, I will be so impressed.
Will you give him inspiration?
How about that? Some like a little teepee.
Oh, Turan's figure is back.
Okay, great. Thank you. So that's what you see. You good, Bast?
Yep.
Okay. So we're heading into initiative time. Bast, you get to go first if you want to do anything. Can I just explain one other thing that you see?
Yeah.
It's not just the three of them up there. You gotta be ridiculous. It's not only the three of them up there. First of all, there's a tent behind. And in that tent, there are some big wooden beams, and suspended by chains is a tiefling woman. A tiefling woman. Held by chains, she is unconscious. That's her. She is wearing robes that have some kind of crimson liquid. It's clearly been drenched over her whole figure. The liquid making the robes stick to her body.
Okay, it's on now.
And she is
Okay.
she's dead or unconscious. She is something. Also, there are a couple, there's a guard in front of that. And our friend,
Two chains.
Two blades, two
blades.
swords, two chains.
and a couple of other guards.
Oh, they can all
So,
die.
you guys are, I don't know what the heck you're thinking, but this is basically a suicide mission.
That's what we love.
Okay,
Everything will be fine.
Bast, Bast, you're on.
All right. I'll go. If I can reach for the priestess, I'm shooting her first.
All right, so
All right.
I honestly, speaking to the audience, I honestly do not know how they're going to survive this. I honestly think that you guys are
I love the odds.
insane.
I love it when the odds are
This is not
stacked up against
This
us.
is not the first time we've done something like this.
Okay, you have advantage.
Yeah, would it be an opportunity? Like, is there torches? Like, it's a tent, right? So, is there torches for them to light up?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
I
yeah.
could shoot one and set the whole place on fire.
Right. You want to knock over something to cause a fire.
Yeah. Maybe
I
like to
love-
knock a torch.
Yeah, great. Can someone make maybe let's put a tent
More the
over here, and there can be a
right
brazier
side
right in front.
away from.
Yeah, do a little one.
A little.
So, what side do you want it to be on? Do you want it to be on this side or this side?
Oh, yeah, on the side away from the woman that's
Okay, so over
chained.
here.
On
Okay,
the
so
other
I'll try
side.
to make the tent then. I'll try to make the tent. And we'll just say, I love your approach, Lona. And let's just say that there's a brazier right in front of it that with a good shot and enough damage will tip over.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's what I'll do. Yeah, for
Okay. So you, if you take just one shot, you can have advantage on it. Go ahead, take the shot.
Sure. Okay.
Shot. What?
17
Yep, good. Now roll damage.
for damage. Yeah, I won't. Obviously, there's no sneak attack on it, but 11 damage.
11. Nice. It falls over, and doesn't instantly turn the tent to flame, but some ashes fall out and embers fall out, and love it. Okay, Raylene.
And for my second shot, I'll take it to the priestess.
Okay, great. You're not going to have advantage on this one.
Right.
Because you've gone, I'm not going to give advantage on your second shot.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. The 16 hit?
Yes, it does hit.
Okay. So that's 9 damage.
Ooh.
Okay. Better write in the correct book. Okay, Raylene.
Ha-Kapella is not so far, but she takes 1 or 2 steps forward and then goes. And how far is 30 feet on this map?
6 squares.
30 feet is 6
6 squares.
Oh, real?
Yeah, are all real.
Oh.
Oh, man.
1, 2. Oh, that's not too far.
5.
Okay,
4.
fine. I'll just go a little bit closer to where the thing is burning, and I'm gonna cast a level 3 spell of fear, and I say blue cheese. And so there's a 30 feet cone in front of me.
Okay.
And hopefully they make wisdom fail their wisdom save.
Okay, if you go, you'll probably be able to catch him.
Yes, I want him.
If you move up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I roll there.
Okay.
Blue cheese.
All right. The guard right in front of you fails his saving throw.
Get out of there.
2 blades.
2 blades.
Does not fail. Take off that spell. Lona, quick.
Lona, fireball.
Whoa!
Just literally, hands. A moat just starts firing up, and he unleashes the biggest fireball he can. He wants to center it right there, within that little bonfire right there.
Okay.
And he says something along the lines of "Mule foanga."
Yes, buddy.
No,
8d6.
8d6s.
Here you go.
And
Do you need
it's a
more?
20-foot radius, so tahiru torufa.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. One, definitely all of them. I don't think him. 1, 2, yes. All of them. Yes. So this is the only one that's not going to get hit.
Okay.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
Can I use my sorcery points to
You
reroll?
can use your sorcery.
Yo, come on.
Oh, that one's.
Oh,
What'd you get?
I got 5, 4.
Just re-roll whichever ones you want to re-roll.
Hold on, buddy. You need more dice than this.
That's only 5. You need 3 more dice.
Oh, 3 more.
Yeah, I'm going to hold these to the side. You roll those.
It is 8d6, right?
Yes, 86. Okay, this is what you've got.
Oh God.
Okay, yeah, we got 10. We got 20. Yeah, 26.
Do you want to re-roll any of them or
I'm
not?
definitely gonna re-roll 2.
Yep, but I'll keep these for you.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
Oh!
That's not good.
Double
You rolled
6.
2 6s. Okay, so you've got a 10, you've got 11, and you've got a 12.
Yes.
Yeah.
10, 11, 12,
33.
33.
Boom, boom! Boosh!
You know what? Because there was fire there already,
Yes.
1 more 6-sided die.
Here we go.
All right then. All right. Here comes Bok with a 2.
35.
35.
And this
Bok.
explosion of fire. This is like just the heat wave. You can feel it from the tree that you're in. Sully, you can feel it from down the hill.
Oh, I definitely feel it. I'm quite close.
Turan, none of them knew it was coming.
Yo.
Their deck saving throws are at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay,
Called us crazy.
two blades. Fails. The guard in front of Ha-Kapella. Fails.
And he's also scared too.
The guard behind Turan. Fails.
Get it. I'm sorry.
Turan. Fails.
Let's go.
Mortine. Come on. Fails. The woman. Whatever. Fails.
Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. Yeah.
And the last one fails. I rolled 3s
Ow.
4 times.
Oh, the blood is boiling, mate.
This guard is just between the fear. He turns his back through the fear and then is just blown away. He's gone. This one is gone.
X in the chat.
This guard just off of the hillside is gone. This poor guard here is going, what the? She gets, all of these three gets, it was big enough damage, I'm gonna say they all get knocked back. Wowzers!
So they're not dead yet.
And it's burning. There's
I would have
fire.
told you if they was dead.
I was just checking. So we got
Sully.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, Sullivan.
Sully
Let's go, Sullivan.
surges forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right up to 2 blades.
No. He pulls out his javelins and kind of like swings them around, and then he hurls an attack and an extra attack at Mortine. 2 javelins coming right at him.
Oh, baby.
Okay,
Let's
so
go.
the first,
Come on.
By checking rules.
What'd you get?
The first one is a, oh gosh, so that is plus that, but minus that. So that one is, that's 16.
You hit him.
Oh yeah. And
You
then-
hit this old man.
He wasn't old when he took out Queen.
and the second one is a 21.
Yeah.
You hit him 2 times.
So as he's like stumbling back, suddenly 2 javelins just sprout from his chest. And that is a 6.
Yes.
And that is a 7.
Yes.
12.
I add plus 4 to both of those. So that is 20 damage.
Wow.
And then as he moves to the top of the hill and he sees Nimrod bound in this tent, his muscles like twitch and then his veins like explode.
Boom.
As he action surges.
Mega turn.
Wow.
And then as that fireball is like ripping through their encampment, he remembers like him and Donnie clutching each other's hands in their kitchen as his father's own sorcery power explodes through the house and rips it to pieces, and about how scared he was when that happened. And the fireball that this woman, the female figure, blasted him with necrotic damage, ending his life. But he's died already, he's got nothing left to fear. And so he just jumps through the fire and he screams, Morten! And he pulls out his magic spear and then just dives down and strikes at Morten.
Now, you've moved, double move, 2 actions.
Yeah, action surge, I get another.
You get 1 more.
Come on. Come on.
So that one is, that one's a 9.
Nope.
And then his second one, because he's using extra attack, is,
Score.
is a 17.
Brilliant. You hit.
All right, that's a 5 plus a 4 is 9 plus his dueling expertise is 11.
You do 11.
Yeah.
You guys have done 64 points of damage to Mortine in this 1 round. But now it is their turn.
Okay, here we go.
We'll start small.
This guard then.
We'll start small. This guard here rushes up to Sully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strikes you. Natural 20.
Oh,
Oy. Yikes. Oh no.
15 points of damage.
Oh yeah.
2 blades. Turns on you, Ha-Kapella.
Oh, get out of my face.
Turns on you.
Yeah.
His binding has been burnt off by the blast. You've never seen his face before.
Oh, what does he look like?
You'd only ever seen him putting his
Yeah.
bandages on or bound. His unbound face
Is he ugly?
is dead. Dead.
Oh!
He is gray to like, you know how mummies get that kind of black look about themselves?
Yep.
He has that kind of gray, completely lifeless thing. He looks like he has not even felt that fireball.
Wow.
He comes to you and he strikes you with the first one. He gets a 14. Sorry,
Miss.
15.
Oh, damn it. Hit.
Second blade, 25.
Hit.
Yeesh.
Ha-Kapella just, she was just stunned by his ugly ass face. And that's what.
This is what I roll for those two.
Oi.
Plus his things, which
11.
unfortunately means I give away his bonuses. 19.
All right.
Okay, that was him.
They're all still on the ground, they're stunned.
Turan
Yeah, sure. The problem.
jumps up. He has you flanked. He gets 2 attacks. His battle axe swings around.
Oy.
He has you flanked. I think it's a hit. 25.
Hit.
Second blast. Second attack. 19.
Hit.
Fast's face right now is just like, ugh. These people be crazy.
Two-handed. Both of them two-handed. That's a D10, baby.
All right.
That's a 10.
Ooh.
Plus a 3. Plus his others. 19 total.
Ooh. It's a good hit.
Oh my goodness, he's still up?
Okay.
Mortine.
Okay.
Mortine goes 1, 2, 3, and says, and his skin is burnt away, showing, I mean, he a full blast. He's got javelins sticking in him. He's got, spears and
Flesh.
Does he have to?
all the skin off his cheek is gone, exposing the bone beneath.
Ugh.
And he says, I was tired of this form anyway.
Oh, no.
He pulls the sword of Aratai out of its sheath, the ruby below it, and he utters some enchantment. And out of his other hand, a blast of pure and darkness, darker than the night, darker than the sky, darker than the black moon, comes out, hits the fire in the midst of you, and ripples out. So similar to what you had before.
Oh my god.
Make a wisdom saving throw. You're the only one that has to.
Okay.
You failed it last time with terrible
You got this, you got this,
consequences.
you got this.
Do you have any
Come on.
inspiration left?
No.
Come on.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
I don't want to look. 18.
The same blast that a very different person killed you in one shot goes through. 21. You take half. You take 11 points of the. Are you still up?
No.
And you go down. She rushes over to Nimrod and utters some enchantment and puts her hand on Nimrod's face and says, "Awaken my child."
Ooh.
Donnie goes, "Sully!" Rushes forward, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and goes, "No!" And reality shatters. Reality around you, his whole hand fractures into pieces. The dirt that he walks on cracks. Light, flowers bloom, fire suddenly in the sky, stars. Reality just breaks into a myriad shatters and in the tinkling sound, it's like there is this explosion of beauty.
Whoa.
Light, shimmering, light flashes out and just ripples around. Donnie is no more. The ground itself is rent in twain. Even the air itself has rifts in it. Leading to what? You don't know, but there's this kind of scarring of the world of nature itself. It encompasses all on this thing. You need to make a saving throw, a Constitution saving throw.
13? 14, sorry.
Not good enough.
What do I...
And magic pulses through your being, your very core.
Oh.
Goes through you. I got a relatively mediocre roll. You'll be pleased to know you only take 25 hit points of damage.
25?
The
What?
guard is destroyed. Turon falls over.
Wait,
Mortine-
25 hit points?
25 hit points.
I'm down.
You're down. It is Mortine, Shield, and Lona are the only ones up. Shield, it is your turn, buddy. You gotta save these dudes. Come on, man.
Alright,
I'm gonna heal us.
how far is Ha-Kapella from?
Ha-Kapella
Me.
is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 25 feet away.
All right. And this guy with the swords, is he still alive?
Oh, sorry. He's down.
Okay, thank you. As the one magic item you told me to get, I think I'd take a potion. So I'll rush to her and give her the potion. Like make her drink the potion so she can get back up.
All right. You get to her, open her mouth, yeah?
Yep. I
right.
put the potion in. Looks like we're gonna need you right now.
Thank you, Bats. Can you roll? It's a 1d8, and the person that enchanted it has given it a +2.
Sure. 5. So 7.
You're on 7 hit points. You guys were insane to do this.
Ha-Kapella gasps. Is that...
Mortine. Oh no, it's your turn now.
It is.
Yeah, because they've all gone.
And-
Wait. Shall I quickly say Ha-Kapella? I mean Nimrod.
Nimrod.
Yeah?
Oh, okay.
I didn't do Nimrod. Before because she's an NPC in our setting.
Okay.
Right? The hand goes on her and she goes and that's all. Eyes are not open yet. Okay, Raylene.
Ha-Kapella gasps and she's like, oh god, I'm back. And the last thing she remembers was Sully being hit. And so she instantly just looks at wherever Sully is and goes, Sully, heal! And panics and healing words you. But I'm gonna cast it as my last second level spell slot so that I can add another D4, and another D4, please.
D4.
Actually, no.
I think it's just 2.
Oh, no, it's just 2 anyway. Okay, plus my charisma, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hit points.
And you're a buff as well. Well, Shield, you did save the party.
Yeah, he's our shield.
Holy.
Thank you.
So she does that as
Your action.
as an action. It can be
a bonus
It can
action.
be a bonus action.
Okay.
Because she's gonna get up and as she's like, Sully! What? Where am I? 1, 2. How do I get here? That's a Mortine.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, like, as I'm screaming Sully's name, I'm like, do it for Nimrod! And just boom, with Turon's battle axe to Mortine.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do inspiration on this one.
Get it.
Inspiration on this one. Okay. With Turon's battle axe, come on. Both double 15.
Nice.
Both 15 plus 15, 16, 17, 18.
Well, we knew a 16 hit before, so if an 18 is gonna hit.
All right,
Yo.
D10, then let's go.
Let's go.
This one D10.
Let's go.
7
Yahoo.
Plus.
plus strength.
Mm-hmm.
8, 9, 10. 10.
Skadoosh.
So, wha-bang!
Yeah, you
To
go.
his ugly face.
Yeah, okay. You take off his nose.
Oh!
No surgery! Plastic surgery!
Lona sees Nimrod tied over there. He wants to move as close as he can towards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and he's gonna firebolt one, split it into two guns, and use the sorcery point to hit this lady here, but also hit the restraints that's holding Nimrod.
And by this lady, you mean this?
The sorceress.
This Ghoulm sorceress leader woman.
Yes, please.
Okay, for the woman.
For the woman. Natural 20!
How is this happening?
Take that, buddy.
So you normally do 2d10.
Yes.
Buddy.
You now do 4d10. She took 33 from the fireball.
Take my D10s.
Oh, I feel great today. Bravo, Lona.
Here we go.
Okay. Oh, no way. I got a 9, I got a 10, I got another 10, and a 3.
And if you wanted, you could always use a sorcery
I
point on
will
the
use a
3.
sorcery point to roll another. Give me, come on. 8. 37, baby.
You did 33 with a fireball, but your fireball does 37? You just,
It was 3 points of maximum damage.
you've just done 70 points of damage to her.
Okay. You're welcome.
Your second shot for the restraints.
For the restraints on Nimrod.
On Nimrod.
This is for you, Nimrod. 10 plus, what do I plus to that?
It's your
10
favorite number.
10 plus 6, 16.
Good enough. You hit you hit the restraints.
Yes.
Yeah, roll the damage. 2d10.
2d10.
You only need 3.
I just need 3. I'll give you 8.
Yep. One of her hands, it comes upon the thick rope that was holding her.
Yep.
Is burnt through, and her hand falls to the side, and so she slumps over towards the other side and falls to her knees, being held up by just one rope.
All right.
Sully,
Yeah.
you're up.
I'm up. Okay. I look over at Mortine, and Sully kind of like paws at the ground. He's just scrabbling like an animal, just trying to get himself back up, and then he comes over to Mortine.
Flanking, baby.
Yeah, that's right. And then he remembers their stunning teamwork in the cage match against the twins.
Yeah.
He remembers shouting, "There are new twins!"
Yeah.
And then he brings his magic spear around and slashes at Mortine's back.
Get it. Let's
Advantage.
get it.
Advantage.
Get it.
That is
Two of them! Two!
Put him up here. Put him up here.
Get out of here! Are you kidding me?
two twins.
Come on!
That has to be special, right?
Yeah. So Sully's just he just visited the gates of heaven.
Oh.
He's got this magic spear in his hand, and I reckon something like the magical air, the ether of heaven, for a second just travels through his hand. The embers in him. He begins to feel again as his whole body feels like it's on fire. He's burning with white light, and he brings the spear around, and then he just jumps up and stabs through Mortine, and I roll damage.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna cry. That was beautiful.
I'm putting my superiority dice on because I get to double that.
Let's get it.
Okay. Okay, great.
Let's go.
Okay, so that's 8, that is 12, that is 17, that is plus 2, which is 19, that's plus 4, which is 23. It's a disarming strike.
Look. Double 20s has to be special.
Yes.
Yeah.
Special.
You're going down?
Yeah.
Okay, you spike him into the ground. And his body, the life goes out of his body. But in that moment, it's like a liquid or mist falls out of him into the ground below and dissipates into the ground. But he is DEA.
Oh, he is D&D dead.
Oh my god!
I got that.
You back?
You're back. You couldn't have done it without you, bro.
Oh my gosh, we need to tell Monique.
Roll it down,
the woman here falls over from the. You took 70 hit points on her.
Is she dead or?
She's down.
Down.
She's gone.
We need her.
D&D down.
The Bast. So Bast, there are no other opponents around. But can you hit me with a perception roll, please?
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Honestly, you guys.
But he just defeated already. Like, what the heck just happened?
21 for the perception.
21. Excellent. Thank you. Bast, you are being converged upon.
Oh.
The base of the hill. All this attention at the top of the hill has attracted attention from below. And you can see the glint of spears moving their way up the hill and around the hill towards you.
Okay, I kind of like rally up like everyone, like, celebration later, because the other army is coming right behind our tails. Is there any way we could like maybe just start running away from the whole scene, or do they spot us?
Well, I live here. We can. There's the underground. Northern dwarven mines that have been abandoned, but we could try and like make a go for it there because nobody really goes there anymore. So I lost my accent in that excitement. I say, get that priestess woman, and get the sword. Let's make like a tree and leave.
Yes, so assuming that Mortine has now dropped the Sword of Aratai, Lona will be making his way over to grab it.
That group belongs.
And and he assumes puts it on himself. But he's also called to the other team to check on Nimrod.
You look over and Sully's already there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll shoot the remaining restraint on Nimrod.
Okay, and she tumbles to the ground. She is alive, but she is very floppy. She's she doesn't appear to be wounded, but is definitely blood she is soaked in. You guys do not have time to waste. Yep. These guys are swarming up the hills.
We're going back that way towards the Nordenstein mountains.
And Sorcery Lady's knocked out, right? She's
gone. Let me just see if she has.
She unconscious, so we can.
Let me just see if she's unconscious or if she's dead.
Okay.
Do you guys have a preference for dramatic impact?
Conscious.
You prefer her to be unconscious?
I want her unconscious.
I would prefer her to be unconscious, but you can choose.
I want her unconscious.
Yeah. Unconscious? Yeah. Unconscious.
Because usually NPCs I don't give death saves to.
Sure.
Right? But let's say that she had a death save, and so she has you. So look, the moral of the story.
Can we bring her with us?
Yes, you have to carry two.
Snapping her? Okay. All right.
Got to carry.
So you got to carry two people.
Yeah. Yeah. Sully's carrying Nimrod.
Yep.
Ha-Kapella and Ha-Kapella? Oh, that's me.
Yep. You.
Lona and I will deal with mostly
sorcerer lady.
Ha-Kapella will be having the lady, but as she's trying to get to hold this lady, she spits into Turan's face first, who's just lying there, dead again.
Excellent. Okay, and you flee.
Yes. Wait, does Turan have anything else special on him?
Oh, wait. Okay, so let me understand if I see the. Let me see if I understand this, Raylene. Okay.
Actually, no. Never mind. Fine. I got. We don't have time. I just spit on his face and we'll go.
Another suit of armor.
Another one, and maybe like another battle axe, and maybe any.
Dual wielding battle axes.
I know.
We're on the
Does have
move.
another one.
We're on the move.
I swap it for the one that I have really quick.
His original one's nicer.
Oh, I go swap it again. All right, I run.
And we run.
We run into the northern side hills. Mines.
As we go, Sully's like, "Thanks, Shield. You really covered us there."
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, no problem. You're pretty special for town guards. I didn't expect such power. Well done. What a blast that fireball was. Wow.
Hey. All right.
And with that, we will call it.
Oh, come on!
We will say that you you flee, finding the dwarven mind.
Yes.
Finding safety within its darkness.
Yes.
And it's cool.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Oh my gosh, team.
so
If we could touch you right now,
Oh my goodness.
virtual hug.
Oh my god.
Donnie didn't believe that we could do it.
Oh, Donnie.
He eventually
Oh, we
saved
do
us,
have a
though.
casualty. It's Donnie. But still.
That was fun.
brilliant. Well, hey, thank you so much, guys.
Holy
Did you
smoke.
expect that, DM? Did you?
No.
I didn't expect double 20s.
No, we didn't.
And it's hard to wiggle your way out of that.
Yeah.
Bass, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like that 220s was like, oh, okay. And even the fireball and the firebolt's damage were like, Jesus.
Insane.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Okay, hey, look.
The gods of
Is there any wrap-up stuff?
Oh. Now my adrenaline is still surging right now. My head's about to explode.
I feel like a bus could hit me and the bus would be destroyed.
I honestly felt like crying when you did that
That
double
was too
20.
beautiful.
And we were
The most
listening
sexiest
online.
numbers you could ever see. Just turn up like what?
Yeah, that was. I couldn't believe that. I've never had.
But a turn before,
I was dead.
you were facing being died again.
Being
died again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on 7 and 8 hit points.
The chain of like a shield, like bringing back Ha-Kapella, brings back Sully.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow, that was
shield.
Oh my
a lot of fun. Hey, so
climactic ending.
hey,
How it, wait,
Shield, thank you so much. Shield, that's your name. Bass, thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Bass.
joining
Yeah,
us.
man.
For having me.
Simply
Yay.
Arabas.
And so,
Thank you.
hey, we want everyone that's joined our stream late. We're Dice Legends. We hope you've enjoyed joining us, and we really want to thank our guest Bast, who's joined us. Can you put up on the screen his Twitch address? So Bast is a brilliant streamer. Not only does he do Dungeons and Dragons, but he does a whole variety of other games. Please, the moment we finish, please go over, hit him with a follow, hit him with a subscribe. He's such a dynamic, engaging person, performer,
And lovely.
and really great guy.
And you'll save your butt.
Yeah.
Really need it.
Our literal shield.
Yeah. Hey, so while we're doing thanks, we'll say thanks again to our Patreons.
Yeah.
So Patreons.
Our Patreons are really important supporters for us. And thank you to our subscribers here on Twitch, and if you're watching on YouTube, here on YouTube. And thank you to our followers. You know, the reality is that shows like ours and like Bast's, we survive on the support from you. Yes. And so we really appreciate all the support you can get in whatever form that takes. And if you're able to follow us, thank you so much. If you're able to subscribe or be a Patreon, thank you so much. And if financially you're unable to do that, there are other ways that you can support us as well. Like if you go to our YouTube page, subscribe to us there, it's free, and leave comments. Like it. And please share this channel and Bass channel with everybody in the universe. And even if you can't afford to subscribe to us, and please do if you can, we really appreciate it. It helps our show go. That sharing will really help our channel as well. So the last thanks I want to give, and then we'll just go into free form, is for our sponsor, B&D, and let's do the whole thing.
Yep.
Let's
Yeah.
give them a whole big shout out. So can you pull it up for us, Jason? So BD&D, games.co.nz, amazing company. They sell all the D&D and other gaming stuff you need. Please go check them out. They've got all the books, modules, supplies you need.
Yeah, they got dice as well. Hella dice. They've got classic dice and like handcrafted dice and 22 pages of dices. So give each one a browse. It's really, really fun. and affordable.
Yep, they've also got more than 50 shades of different color paints that you can actually utilize to bring to life either your mini sets, your set itself, just basically bringing the vision of any city actually, or any civilization or any game to life. So if you're looking for paints, hit them up because they get really detailed actually. It's really cool.
They've got all your Magic the Gathering needs, single cards, expansions, boosters, all those wonderful things. And they've got all the board games as well, just in case that wasn't geeky enough. Even more for you.
And we know geek is chic.
Hey.
So yeah, thanks so much, Be a D&D. We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting our channel. It's really appreciated. So, Bass, we want to turn to you. And again, thank you. And just give you, please, self-promo. Hit us up. Tell us what you're up to.
Well, we've been going on for about a week right now on a marathon. I mean, this guest appearance has been planned for months, but it happened that it wasn't our partnership anniversary, so we've been on an ongoing stream for 8 days, but now 9 days, and we'll go back to that a little bit later tonight. But thank you for having me. It's been a great pleasure, and like Vaid said, I do D&D as well. For my viewers, I've thought it. Usually a lot of people sometimes are like, oh, I don't know how to play, I'm nervous. It's really easy. If you know how to click buttons, and get in character, it's totally fine. So I've, that's kind of my spiel is like, it doesn't matter if you have 10-year experience or 1-year experience. I'll teach it to you. Right now, we got 2 games going and more in the future whenever I have time. So if you guys like the vibe and enjoy D&D and also other games, I play anything. And I'm on stream 6 days out of 7 a week, and that's my livelihood. So streaming and community stuff and video games and tabletop and D&D and all that stuff. That's what I do.
Me.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Best.
Cool. Hey, great. Thanks so much. Last thing that we always say at the end of every show.
I mean, it's exactly as Bass said, right?
Yeah.
Get into it.
Get amongst it.
Exactly.
Over in the Discord, we've had so many great stories about, particularly parents running sessions with their kids.
I love that conversation.
I know. You can strip it back as far as you need to go. If the books are too much for you, start small. Start with just the dice. But it's a great way. There's something really special. I think it's a human thing, collaborative storytelling. It's telling stories together is really beautiful, and it's a very human thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even in just that moment, that was a great example. I was just reflecting on me and Longy not really knowing anything about D&D before Dice Legends, and we were just holding each other. We're screaming. And I was like, if you told me that last year that I would end up like that, I'm like, no. But no, it's a real great, as you said, human connection and collaborative storytelling. It's beautiful.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So get amongst it.
Get amongst it, fam.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll see you next weekend for the next episode. I don't know what the heck's going to happen next weekend. So you make these plans, right? And then you warn them how stupid their ideas are, and they do it anyway, and then the plans are just destroyed.
Obliterated.
Yeah. The ones where you've told us, oh, don't do that, and we do it anyway, those are my favorite episodes. I like it. They end up being the best episodes ever.
All right. Hey, we'll see you on the other side of the credits. Roll the credits.